All right, should be the right mic. Got the right title. Sound out notifications. Um, see the chapter came out yesterday. I was debating streaming, but just kept the schedule the same. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I did hear that there is, I think, for this chapter break week. So, there's that, but pretty interested to see what goes on with the setup. I remember doing the predictions with Sai and saying that these were pretty hard predictions because we're in set in a flashback, like in a flashback that we don't really have too much like context of how large and in charge Oda wants it to be. But keep forgetting y'all on the other side of the world. Yeah, actually, it's not morning for me. It's afternoon, but it's morning for a 2/3 of America. That is true. Or yeah, like 2/3, right? That's how it works. Central and Pacific. Let's see. Hope I didn't get spoiled. No, but I did know break week. I think like I some with this break weeks I forget if I got it from this, especially because we just came off of break week, but then the news of a break week is like, yeah, I'm getting break week confused. So we'll just read the chapter and double check if you were great in the boys. Is that a King of Lightning reference? It's almost 1 a.m. on the west coast of Australia. East coast is 3 a.m. Oh, that's wild. No offense, Ace, but you already know I don't stream for Australia. You already know. No offense to Australia. Where is this screw supposed to go? I feel like this screw is important. Anyways, Meek, hope you enjoy with the $10 super chat. I read that backwards. Meek, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hope you enjoy is the message. Appreciate it. Definitely will. Definitely will. New chapter. As long, I mean, do I say it? Nah, it's fine. I was just gonna say, as long as it's not 12 pages, 12 pages is buns, bro. Watch the streams at night, I'd argue, dude. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The AM watchers. I stream for the Australian AM watchers. Um, Finally get to catch the cast live. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, the what's it called? Normally, I don't even know what to expect because last time was a 12-page chapter. That's why we were under. But then sometimes the readings do take a long time. Not because I'm a slow reader. It's just because we voice out our thoughts while we're reading. So, um, but yeah, so sometimes we end up going over. I don't have too many updates with the channel at least. I'm trying to think. Like there is a video that is still is in my editor's hands and it's relevant to like Loki Elbaf. Um that's a good video. Not sure when it'll come out. But I guess I can say this part, which is I'm planning on releasing the mural video soon. I think. It depends on this actually okay, it depends on this chapter. If the chapter spawns like a few videos for me in the sense of like a theory becomes relevant or a new theory becomes relevant, then it pushes back the mural video, but I was planning on getting the mural video out probably like next week or in 2 weeks, maybe maybe 2 weeks, because it's probably a longer video. I have it in my head, but I'm like rewriting originally what I had wrote. Doesn't, not that it doesn't apply, but there's a lot more context, or a lot less things that I want to bring up in this video, and I want to consolidate it. I'm trying to get like a 20-30 minute video out. Seems like hour-long videos are rough, maybe for algo, but also the last like one took a lot out of me, the hour-long video. So I'm trying to do like a 20-30 minute video on the mural, maybe 30, probably 30, probably closer to 30, because like 10 minutes for the beginning, 10 minutes to explain the idea, and then 10 minutes to recontextualize what we know of One Piece with the idea. So there's that. I guess that is a One Piece update. The mural is happening in the anime like soon. That's also why I'm planning on doing the mural video. I think it's next week. Oh shoot! If it's next week, then I have to put like my ass in the fire then. Let me see. Par can't read. Give him a break. He's trying to guess by pictures. Exactly. The dyslexia gets me hard. Par, you need to wear a Holy Night outfit, sunglasses, one live reaction one of these days. You know, I could. I do have a pretty solid. I don't have like a good Holy Night jacket, but I do have a good Holy Night shirt. Maybe I could wear it. I'll see. There'll be too much chest hair though. Okay, not like that. Not like dyslexia doesn't get me like that. Maybe it does. Who knows? Um. But yeah. All right. So that's pretty good for updates. All right, let's do the thing. So 11 minutes in. Welcome in for the knockup stream. We're here for chapter 1185. I believe people got their reactions out already because it came out like yesterday. But we're keeping to the schedule. We'll see. The schedule again may change soon. Not sure. It depends on a few things, but maybe I start streaming on drop like I used to. So when the chapter drops, then I would try to stream with the chapter dropping, which would change the schedule, right, from just all of the time on Fridays. And the reason for that would be so that I can get my video out faster. If I plan on doing chapter videos, because the more time I have to make the video before next week, the better. But yeah, trying to think if there's any other like major updates that I didn't go over. I talked about some video updates, nothing too insane besides the mural stuff. And then I think there's like 2 other videos that I want to make, but they're not super relevant to the chapter, so hold off on them. One of them probably is Mother Flame video, and another one is just a hidden panel thing. Alejandro Solis says, "Hope your week has been going good so far." It has been. It has been a good week. But yeah. Yeah, mural video would be good for the anime timing. That's definitely the play then. So I'll prioritize the mural video. I'll probably after the stream or tomorrow, like, get cranking on the mural video. But yeah, so we're now 12, 13. I'll give it 10 seconds so that I can make the timestamp clean. All right, 13 minutes in. Let me get oh wait, where's the clock? Where is the clock? Okay, hold on, give me a second. The clock app is glitching. Oh no. What the heck? Why is the clock app how does the clock app glitch? How does that work? Task manager? Where's the clock? Huh? Oh, there it is. End task. Okay. Let's reset clock. Oh my god, my clock app. I would have to reset this computer, which technically I could do, but I don't want to. For some reason, there's no clock. So we'll have to do it on this computer. All right, good thing I have backup. Clock. Clock needs an update. We're getting the update ready for you. Is that what the issue is on my other computer? It needs to up. What do you need to update about the clock app? Okay, it's downloading something on my other computer. Okay, we're gonna have to hard inset the. Oh, actually, no, I don't have to hard inset it. I could just put it on the overlay. I just won't be able to see the clock. No, wait, hold on. The clock app is stuck at 95% downloading update. What a weird predicament to be in. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me try it one more time on the main computer. Timer. No, stopwatch. Pop out. Okay, there we go. We have the timer right there. Okay. Yep, that's what it'll have to be for this stream because the clock app is deciding to not work. What a weird situation. Time zone update? Yeah, new time zone dropped, I guess. Okay. All right. So let's hop into it. Okay, now it's 15 minutes. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna start the timer. We're gonna get going. All right, 11:85. Y'all better buzz off. Okay, so this actually takes us to a prediction, which is that the song and title are going to be oh, Boa. Hancock hones her cooking skills for Luffy. What is this, Korean barbecue? Hold on, I hear someone knocking on my door. The heck? Huh. That was a weird sound. Give me one. Is someone like breaking in? What's happening? Doorbell. Is someone there? No. All right, we're good then. Sorry about that. Okay, speaking of breaking in, Boa wants to break into Luffy's heart with this Korean, not Korean barbecue, but just seeing a grill and then meat. That sounds like my kind of. Honestly, this would be for me too. Just mad meat being grilled up. I could eat it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, easy. Have you guys seen? Have I put my what's it called? I think I have. One time my Korean barbecue plates, I stacked them up. One time, like they usually take them away, and one time they forgot to, so they just started stacking up, and I took a picture of it, and I'm pretty sure I showed it on stream. People called me, oh yeah, and then I did it again. Well, the few times we hung out Anime NYC with the creators, I brought them to Korean barbecue place, and that's where people got to see that I have an unlimited stomach for meat. I got a third. The cows have four. Yeah, I got 4 stomachs. But yeah, y'all better buzz off is probably a song or lyric that Brooke sings if my theory, or not theory, prediction from size prediction thing, if it's correct. But yeah, let's see. Oda's note. Lawson's Party Chicken is insane. It's the type of food you could just open a store and sell just that. Really interesting. Let me see. Party Chicken. Is that Lawson's Party? Is that brown? Is it brown food? What kind of food is this? Kind of unlimited room for meat part. Yeah, no, it's 100% unlimited room for meat. Any door, anytime. Let's see. Okay, we open up. Candell, you make Brooke your page. Teach him good manners and how to speak properly. You got it, Lord Leuven. Okay. Make Brooke your page is so that's like a squire, right? Like he's like, get me your sword or get me my sword, Paige. Like that's what that means, I think. Wow, the palace is packed with the cute babes. There's one hottie, two hotties. Not her. That's crazy. Oda. Oda, no. Not her. Three hotties. Cut it out. Said Kendall. Don't worry, you're still number one, Kendall. That's Lady Kendall. You're my page now. Yo, let me see your panties. Okay, see, when it's a kid doing it, that's mad funny, I think. But like, you know, Brooke starting off with, man, I thought he learned this from Leuven. Who did he learn this from? That's the main issue here. Who taught Brooke this? Did Brooke naturally evolve this way? Is this how he developed as a kid, or did someone inspire this? My thought was, I thought that was Leuven, but apparently not. Brooke, says Kendall. Ooh, he's wearing the glasses. Okay, they're sunglasses. Hey, do you have an issue with wearing your school uniform? If I let that school cramp my style, I won't be able to jam and make good tunes anymore. That's fair. Don't worry though. I'm looking forward to rocking a guard corps uniform one day. That's pretty fair. Oh my god! Wait a second. Psy clutched it. Oh my god. Dude, Psy predicted the chapter. That's a guitar. I just realized that's a straight up guitar. Psy clutched it so hard. Psy predicted that his bar was low. But Psy said that Brooke would touch a guitar. And I was like, wait, don't you mean like he has a violin? Don't you mean like piano maybe? And because like we saw Brooke playing a piano and like we're getting like Beethoven stuff and like blah blah now, and he locked in on guitar. And here we have Brooke cuddling with the guitar. That's pretty awesome. That's so funny. Okay, look at that. Brooke cuddling with the guitar. That's mad cute. Gotta admit it, I'm jealous. I can't believe this kid gets to be Lady Kendall's page. Yo ho ho. So he got the laugh starting from there. Kendall, do you have a type of guy you go for? Lady Kendall? Wait, what? There is one man, but he's out of my league. She's correcting the lady. Like, he's not saying Lady Kendall. Okay, so then we see them training with the sword. Oh, and he has a little training one with the little bulb at the tip. So it looks like they're training the fencing that Brooke is known for on targets. Still, the reason I train so hard with the sword is to be by his side. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, we know that she ends up with Leuven, so to be by his side. So that's the whole motivation. So what's the origin though? I bet you'd get him if you dressed more like a chick instead of a dude. That's not necessary. Being near him is more than enough for me. Huh? Near him? Does that mean it's me? Of course not. That's so funny. Brooke is mad funny. Lady Kendall, don't tell me you even wear men's underwear. I don't. Really? Then you've got to let me... Oh my god. Brooke is just spamming. Brooke is just spamming this. Then you gotta let me see your panties is crazy. Brooke, your language is not improving. You have to be polite and use honorifics when you ask someone for a favor. It's interesting because they want his music, they want who he is, but at the same time, Leuven is like low-key trying to change him a little bit, teach him good manners, how to speak properly. Maybe good music maybe this comes with the territory, you know? But what's it called? It doesn't hurt to teach him. Doesn't hurt to teach. Would you be so kind as to show me your panties? Ah, there's the good manners. There, surely that's gonna work. Of course not. And with a hit. Bonk to the head. Even outside of politeness, you need to consider basic decency too. I'm going to drill good etiquette into you. Good grief. Would you be so kind, my lady? Okay, there we go. This Brook, he knows what it is. He just doesn't want to be it. Okay, so then we go from flashback into flashback with this fade to black. Strength and etiquette go hand in hand. What? Then I'll do my best. I mean, I shall endeavor to give it my all. Okay, look at that. There's not a soul around who doesn't admire Lady Candel. She shines like the sun over the whole nation. Now that I think about it, there was this one time a world government ship drifted up here in Asperia. The kingdom was thrown into panic as no one had ever dealt directly with people of such stature. The celestial dragons? Interesting. So this is probably where we see Holy Knight action, right? So there was this one time a world government ship drifted up here in Asperia. The kingdom was thrown into panic as no one had ever dealt directly with people of such stature. Interesting. So like what, did they do the Charlos thing, like shooting civilians because they didn't bow? Yep, the pressure was overwhelming. Lady Candel was actually bedridden for a few months after that, probably due to the stress. What? You wouldn't believe how dark the kingdom felt back then? Wait, what? Lady Candel was actually bedridden for a few months after that, probably due to the stress. Interesting. She was so stressed over the celestial dragons coming that she got bedridden. You wouldn't believe how dark the kingdom felt back then. I shouldn't laugh, but it really was like the sun set on our kingdom because Lady Candel was in bed or stuck in bed. But that was just the beginning. You wouldn't believe the influx of news that followed, Princess. Your father, the renowned rugged princess, ascended the throne. Okay. And at the same time, he married your mother, Lady Candel. Oh, is that why? Wait, no, hold on. This doesn't make sense because she was sick before. Never mind. The celebrations across Asperia were as thrilling as a live concert. Because, okay, what I was going to bring up is like, is that why we still get to see Lady Candel, or now I'm saying Lady Candel, and why we haven't seen Candel and Shuri in the same like scene? And it was like, oh, because she was sick. But this is before Shuri was born. This is all before Shuri was born. The celebration across Asperia were as thrilling as a live concert. And then we were blessed by your birth, Princess Shuri. The nation positively bubbled over with joy. People were always saying, I want to see her face, or she's so cute, or she takes after her mother. Oops, I'm getting off topic. But you get the picture. That's why I love your folks. They're my ultimate benefactors. In fact, I'd gladly relinquish my life for those two. Check out my latest hit, Relinquish Rock. Okay, so we get a Relinquish Rock. We get a song title. Very interesting. So the point of the story is why Brook loves his mom or Shuri's mom and dad. Got the gist of it. Mommy and daddy. So Brook, what would you do if I were in danger? That's obvious. I'd lay my life in a heartbeat for you too. I'd lay down my life in a heartbeat for you too. Is that just because I'm their daughter? No, it's because you're you. You're supposed to say that wholeheartedly without hesitation. Shuri's upset because the emotions are indirect, not as direct as she wants it to be, but that makes sense. And then he bribes her with a lollipop. She falls for it. The 14-year-old falling for a lollipop is a crazy. I don't think that worked on me. I mean, the bank still has free lollipops, I'm pretty sure. So, and I do, if I ever walked in, I guess I would pick. But now I have a 3-year-old son, so I'd rather give it to him. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I should pick up a lollipop. Anyways. Shuri decides to spar with Brooke a little bit. Out of, it seems, wait, is this like a page change? No, it's not. Oh no, she's just like battling him, and Brooke is easily blocking it. So she's not that strong. Interesting. Hey, daddy, use father instead. You're not a little girl anymore. Oh, that's what I was just saying about the whole lollipop situation. Love you too, father. And that, there it is. Is she right there? Candel is right there. Yeah. Okay. So they're finally in the same scene, technically. Princess Shuri, if you're craving freedom from your parents, you know you can always vent it out with a song like this. Wait, what? Oh, y'all better buzz off. There we go. My prediction was correct. The song and title. Y'all better buzz off. Wait, what was Shuri doing? Why does he have a first aid kit? Princess Shuri, if you're craving freedom from your parents, you know you can always... What? I'm a little confused. Interesting. And why does this guy have a bump? Oh, was she... Oh, she was sparring with somebody and got a little boo-boo. Okay, y'all better buzz off. She's in her PJs with a little doggy in the rain. Brooke's holding the umbrella. Why do those lyrics sound so weird? And then she's trying to grow as tall as she can, as fast as she can. Know the feel. Dang, we just did this recently with my son. Have a little mark on the wall. That's pretty funny. Okay, it's a dialect from a kingdom in the west called Kamigata. That was the first time I looked at, like, towards the chat. This chapter has me a little locked in. Lots happening. A lot's happening, but like also not a lot's happening. Like, we're still in the Brooke flashback. We're going in flashback, inside flashback. But yeah, to keep up. It's a dialect from a kingdom in the west called Kamigata. Interesting. Why do those lyrics sound so weird? Y'all better buzz off. A kingdom in the west called Kamigata. Y'all better buzz off. So he's teaching her a dialect from a kingdom in the west? Kamigata. What does that translate to? Kami God? Paper? Or gata? What does that mean? Interesting. Oh, that's so funny. She scares Brooke with the skull ghost thingy. That's a pretty realistic looking one. Very interesting. Y'all better buzz off. That keeps tripping me up. Y'all better buzz off. We ain't pups bought off with treats. We ain't kids turned around by sweets. Damn, these lyrics. These are good. Okay. Oh wow. The fish in this scene are dancing to Brooke's song. So Brooke is just the bard. He's just singing. He's just singing and everybody. Even the Brooke took Shuri to the junkyard. This is the junkyard. Wow. And there is a piano back there. But yeah, there's a junkyard. Turn around by sweets. She's learning to cook. And it's for Brooke, and Brooke likes it. Okay. Brooke's happy. Shuri's hugging Brooke. In Shuri's 15th year. Huh? It's out of tune. Music died in the kingdom of Asperia. A thick mist shrouded the country and lingered for half a year. The land's treasured instruments decayed as the mist turned to smog. What? Music died in the kingdom of Asperia. A thick mist shrouded the country and lingered for half a year. The land's treasured instruments decayed as the mist turned to smog. The island was swallowed whole. What? That came out of nowhere. So she turns 15, and there's a smog comes in. Music no longer echoed through the streets. Joyful melodies gave way to the sound of coughing. Oh my God, let's bring on the music cough. Bro, this is why people pray to God. Like, some random shit like this happens, and then you're just like, I'm praying in the fog gods. I mean, this is why you would pray to like sun god. You'd pray to the sun. Dude. What is this? Is this the UK? Wait, UK is the one with the smog, right? The toxic smog ravaged the lungs of tens of thousands and claimed the lives of hundreds. The fog will clear. It must. Yeah. So this is why you pray to gods. In the One Piece world, especially, this is wild. Interesting. The toxic smog ravaged the lungs of tens of thousands and claimed the lives of hundreds. Wow. So everyone's just suffering. Oh my god! She just dies? What? Beset by one unimaginable tragedy after another, the kingdom knew nothing but suffering. Even after the fog had lifted, the scars it caused remained. She was one of the people that died. Oh my god, this didn't affect. They didn't have masks. They didn't have. I mean, for this kind of thing, like an KN95 wouldn't last forever. You need like scuba gear, bro. What the heck? You would need what they did on Zoe. I guess Celestial Dragons have the bubble too. Like you need what they got. That's interesting. Oh my god. Shuri's sad, Brooke's sad, Leuven's damn, that's wild. Okay. Your Highness, we still owe the government this year's heavenly tribute, but we can't afford. Okay, so they were a part of the world government, but they can't afford to pay them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happens when you can't pay your dues? What happens? This is going to be an interesting situation. In Sorbet Kingdom, to raise the taxes, they decided to create an apartheid state and have the old people, right? Like essentially become like non-citizens so that they could lower their taxes, something like that. And then also extract work from them as if they were like inhuman subclass citizens. So Oda has been introducing interesting cope situations when like not disaster, in this case disaster strikes. Sorbet Kingdom was like self-imploded because what's the king's name? God, Bakori. He sucked. Anyways, we can't afford to pay them, but this is disaster. This is crazy. They're the kingdom with instruments. They can't even export because they're being destroyed, and then they have to throw them out. Very interesting. Wow, could not have predicted this. Looks like the castle's in ruins. Yeah. Whoa there. Princess, the way you move, sometimes it's like you can see the future. She has future sight. I'm gonna be just like mommy. I mean mother. Oh my god. Oda gave Shuri future sight at 14. I think you would be well suited for that, but I doubt your father would be pleased at the notion of you fighting on the front lines, princess. Front lines of what? Father, he seems troubled lately. I have an idea why, but there's nothing we can do about it. I will simply follow the king to the very end. Bro, okay, so this is what like makes Asperia fall, right? This random fog. This random ass fog. I think you would be well suited for that, but I doubt your father would be pleased at the notion of you fighting on the front lines, princess. Already read that. Didn't you want to become a pirate? Interesting. I'm happy to put my own dreams on hold while I repay my debt to His Majesty. When the time comes, I'm going with you. Very, very interesting. Absolutely not. Try and stop me. The world government is our enemy. This means war. What? Understood, said Brooke. Locked in. Okay. So they can't pay their dues. So they decide, the world government decides to just fight them? What? That's so random. I mean, if they can't pay their dues, it's like, yes, they're not allied, but you don't just go to war. That's crazy. That's how the One Piece world works. I mean, that's almost worse, right? Because like, let's say you want to become like in King Bakori's situation, if you had never aligned with the world government, right? Like, they may attack you one way or the other. But from like a normal citizen's perspective, if you join and then you can't pay your dues and then they go to war with you, that's almost worse than just not being a part of the world government at all. From a normal perspective, like in the perspective that you don't know that they erase like God value. Huh. That's kind of wild. And shouldn't this be decided by the reveries? I feel like the reveries should be like, Asperia Kingdom can't afford it. All right, we're going to like give aid. Like, that's kind of like if a part of your unified thing is having a crisis, it's like, hey, we could unify together and probably help them. We don't want to just like lose taxes. And then like music and all this stuff is coming from there. Feels like a job for the Reverie to be like, hey, how do we solve this? Instead, they just voted for war. All right, that's interesting. Understood, Commander. Your Majesty, I just asked that you tell us your reasoning first. Brooke, they demanded 1,000. All right, never mind. They demanded 1,000 slaves is crazy. Is that can't be the world government? Like, not the world government, sorry. That can't be like the Reverie. That's like straight up the Celestial Dragons. That's like straight up, you can't pay your taxes, all right, give us slaves instead. Like, that's the bargaining. It's not the Reverie. That is the only way they would waive this year's heavenly tribute. Slavery is the Holy Land. Slavery in the Holy Land is a fate far worse than death. Is a fate worse than death. I threw in the far there. Slavery in the Holy Land is fate worse than death. No way. The government's armada will arrive in 2 months, and I have no intention of choosing human sacrifices to hand over to them. Yeah, that's an interesting like position to be in, right? Like, he knows that they do slavery, but he is a part of the world. I mean, he didn't choose to be part of the world government, right? Like, this is a lineage thing. But so he just goes to the Reverie every 4 years and he goes like, yuck, they have slaves. Who are these slaves? Oh, these are slaves of nations who couldn't pay the tribute. Regardless of like if they are ever a part of the world government or not. Damn. Yo, world government's ass, bro. They just threw them to the wayside. Didn't give any aid. Just very interesting. Is our country done for, Commander? Don't all non-member nations turn into lawless zones? That sounds like propaganda. Are they really gonna loot us for everything we've got? Apparently there was once another nation in the West Blue that disappeared too. Wait. That's before God Valley. What? right? This is way before God Valley. So they're just going through the West Blue like it's a battleground. Huh. Apparently there was another nation in the West Blue that disappeared too. Interesting. I've heard there's all these tales out where the deadly oh my god. God damn it. Dyslexia crazy. Out where the deadly sea wind wails. I've heard there's all these tales about a land that makes the mighty shake with fear, a land they won't come near, a home for the samurai and then giant folk. It exists like all the tales spoke. Damn, these lyrics are good. Like a mean old bee, a sting and they'll flee. They said to consider your views, because they've got nothing left to lose. Oh, these are bars. If Oda heard these, he would lock them in. He would make these the official lyrics. I've heard there's all these tales out where the deadly sea wind wails. About a land that makes the mighty shake with fear, a land they won't come near, a home for the samurai and them giant folk. It exists like all the tales spoke. Like a mean old bee, a sting and they'll flee. They said to consider your views, because we got nothing left to lose. So he's talking about Wano and Elbaf. They're able to be independent. But it's interesting because at this time, Harold is making his rounds. Like, I think he's like doing his diplomatic missions right about now. Like 62 years ago, right? What was Wano being shouted out for? Very interesting. Okay. Haha, wahaha, that's right. Wait, how long did he say they have? In 2 months. Okay. They've landed on the northern port. Platoon 12 intercept. Wow. So this is what the Navy does. This is what the Marines and the world government, they come in to collect. This is what they do for 1,000 slaves. They're just going to fight and take people as slaves. How many of these missions did Garp go on? Nobody said that there'd be this many of them. Don't let them set a foot on this island. On the island. Y'all better buzz off. Title of the chapter. Okay, we got double spread. We're out here on the map's edge, but don't y'all scoff. Huff, huff. Our name ain't something that can be wiped with ease. You'll find taking our home ain't gonna be no breeze. Brook is clean housing. Commander, the enemy has breached the palace. I'll hold the barricade at the staircase. Why can't I fight too? That's out of the question. We'll be at their mercy if they capture you. That's true. Don't you have any crazy ideas now, princess? It's a raider. Aw, man, princess, the garden we always walked in. It's been set ablaze. Damn, Brooke is just walking through everybody. Cypher, Pole agents, Navy. Crazy. Oh, your majesty. The junkyard we used to play in has been reduced to a hellish inferno. Y'all better buzz off. Y'all better buzz off. The edge of the map's a hell of a sight, since it shines mighty bright. Okay. Dang. Brooke is just walking through again. If we finally snap for real, the shaking is all you'll feel. Huff, huff, huff. Your Majesty, Princess Shuri. Okay. What is going on? Oh, that's Leuven. Oh my. She has wings. She has wings. Leuven has wings. Who's that guy? And what is this? What in the Suki? Was this from My Hero? Like the Tsukiyomi crow thingy? What? Leuven's dead. Shuri's over there. There's this dude. Is that a holy knight? Worried about the war? It's already over, Brooke. Aren't you happy? Okay. I'm confused, but I'm gonna pause the timer. Okay. Um. Okay, so they're both Dami reversied. Brooke sees them. Brooke doesn't think anything of Shuri's situation because she's like cracked out, right? Like it's like the Dory and Brogy situation where they're like speaking from themselves, like it is them, but it's like them on roids, like roid raging. But the okay, how is if Leuven is Dami reversied, doesn't he just flip? Does he get up and then they kill him again? He has wings. And then, like, she's not bigger. That's one thing about this Dami Reversi. Is this even Dami Reversi? It might not be. I mean, oh no, it would in because she's not this big. No, she is this big. This is like a normal size for her. Didn't we just measure her? She's 15. Well, she looks kind of. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell the size. Like, is this guy huge or is he just like normal sized? And there's a piano. Oh, that's crazy. Putting a piano right over Beethoven. That is Mars, no? Is it the Gorosei? Would the Gorosei show up to this? That would be insane if Mars came through. They had father and daughter fight for their pleasure. Meek with the $5 super chat says, my guess is either Don Marone or a new Holy Knight. Interesting. Either Don Marone or a new Holy Knight. Don Marone should be fighting on the side of the kingdom. He's a wild thing. Part of the silhouette. What about the silhouette? Yeah, no, I know that is like but is it supposed to be the Gorosei in silhouette form? Like isn't that confusing? Literally Itsumade. Yeah, I know, but why is it silhouetted for why would it be silhouetted for us? We know what it looks like, right? But I guess for Brooke, like, does he just see a silhouette? Because now I'm also thinking, like, if the Gorosei was there and he saw Itsumade, wouldn't he have recognized them on Egghead? Does Brooke just go like, oh, like, there was a scary bird there, but I didn't really pay attention? That's why I'm, like, a little confused. It's mid-transformation. Yo, That's crazy. I mean, it could be like this guy's power or something, but if it is just Saint Mars, also, I think the editor's comment at the end hints at the fact that we'll revisit this scene from Sherry's POV later. What happened here? Yeah, wait, but doesn't these editor notes? They're not. It's not like they have the next chapter, right? The Shonen Jump editors, right? Like they, not the like the magazine, not the people who work on it, right? I forget how that works, but I'm pretty sure the comments are like separate. We never revisit this flashback has been such a disappointment. We never revisit. It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's a disappointment, but this is a lot happened. This is, I mean, the biggest question mark now is that fog, right? Because like, why send the Gorosei? If the Gorosei needed to go just for 1,000 slaves and a holy knight, it seems like there's something else. And Candel's already dead. So there goes that whole, like, the holy knight, Candel, all that stuff, which is fine. But like, the fog is random. If it's just random, then it's like the Gorosei's like they just wanted. No, if no, wait, hold on. The fog being a part of the scheme could make sense. Should it Leuven have taken the given 1,000 slaves? Probably not, right? I don't know. It seems like he would end up like Bakori that way, right? I mean, this seems interesting because like the solution here for uh Leuven, instead of looking inside for slaves, he would essentially look outside. I mean, what's cheaper? 1,000 slaves or the tribute, right? So then it's like in that situation, you would just go over to a next door kingdom and enslave 1,000 people and give them over. Kendall is not a celestial dragon. Shuri's father is. I don't know about that, but like the wings are interesting. Like in the editor notes. Oh, what did Fisa say? Anyone else think Kendall was pregnant during those months she was stressed after the celestial dragon visit? Yeah, I had to double check the timeline, but Kendall and Shuri like barely being in the same thing is now it makes sense because she passed away. Let's see. It seems like the Holy Knights created that smog, especially with the emphasis on his cigar smog fruit. If he's able to for months, if this is a devil fruit that just was sitting off the coast, that's kind of insane. The fog happened around the same time as Elbaf's famine. Oh. I just double checked. Itsumade can summon plagues in their lore, so it makes sense with the fog. So it could be Saint Mars doing it. Some people think Candel is Ginny 2.0. Ginny 2.0, but she like so then this be her being sick story is a lie, and like she was taken to the Holy Land. No, but that doesn't make sense because Crocodile made a drought in Alabasta. Yeah, but Crocodile was using the rain making machine also. Crocodile, I forget, wasn't Crocodile using the dance powder to do that as well? I wonder if it's the previous user of the smoker or gangster fruit. Oh, of Caesars. They mean she was assaulted. Yeah, but it seems like an interesting thing to just insert, right? Um, yeah, Fee. So that's why I'm like, if it was just his fruit and he was just sitting off the coast doing, because like also, Crocodile was on the island doing that. Um, versus if the Holy Land was just sitting off the coast and just smogging them up, it'd be kind of crazy. It's a long ass mission, for a couple months. Um, that guy is not a Holy Knight. He's Kong. Okay, no, it's not. Will we see this Holy Knight again? Is the real question. I think this is a Holy Knight because Brooke mentions a Holy Knight in Elbaf. If this is the end of Asperia, then I imagine that he has to figure out who this guy is. I'm assuming that's a Holy Knight. No, she was assaulted on Asperia and she was bettered in those months. Oh, okay. Let me see. We were blessed by her birth, Princess Shuri. Ascended the throne at the same time. Yep, the pressure was overwhelming. Lady Canal was actually bedridden for a few months after that, probably due to the stress. You wouldn't believe how dark the kingdom fell back then. Your father, the renowned rugged princess, and then we were blessed by her birth. Oh, okay. I'm seeing. I think I had the timeline a little bit. There was one time a world government ship drifted up here in Asperia. The kingdom was still independent. No one had ever dealt with. A few months after that, probably due to the stress. So it's not Leuven's child, is the idea. But to hide the situation, Leuven ended up marrying Candel. Candel even said she would sacrifice anything to be by your side, too. Celebrations across the barrier where Sterling is a live concert. And then you want to see her face. Blah, blah, blah. She takes after her mother. The other folks. So man-mare person came through. And then what would you do if I were in danger? Asked Brooke. Or not asked Brooke, asked Shuri to Brooke. And then at the end, she was in danger. But he didn't understand it. Love you too, father. You're not a little girl anymore. So he's raising someone he knows not to be his daughter. Very interesting. Might explain a little bit about the Brooke situation. But then, hmm. Also interesting because they never ended up having their own kid afterwards. Candel probably sees whoever did it in Shuri's face. Yeah, that's probably why Candel and Shuri aren't that close. Yeah, no, that makes sense now. I had the timeline of the fog smoke being sick and then the other being sick like jumbled up. Like I said, a lot happened in the chapter, but that is I think Lily was the original war god of the environment. Zaza in the VC dance powder was used to avoid being rained on by acid rain. It's the power to make it rain on the rich countries. Interesting. Also, I don't like Shuri's childish crush persisting as much as it does. Makes it look stupid and reminds me of Sakura. Um, doesn't bother me as much. I mean, I know people, personally know people. Just reminded of that lasts well into even like adulthood, not adulthood, but like that, but referencing it at least. It's kind of, I mean, could be also different in Japan. The way idol culture works, because that's actually the reference I was bringing up. A lot of people have idol crushes. Maybe the new Holy Night gives. We sent together in the montage. See how to cook. Yeah, but I would still say it's in reference to the whole flashback. It's still relatively scarce them being together. Um. Oh, Brooke like hurt his leg. What happened here? Brooke is in pain. What's happening? Why is he? What happened in that moment? I just registered this. I guess Brooke got beat up. Um, maybe the new Holy Knight gives Brooke the scar. Ooh, that's a good point. Off of the video I posted that we didn't find out how Brooke gets the scar, but this battle is seemingly what's about to give him the scar. So that makes sense. Brooke also teaches the song if she ever needs distance from her parents, so probably come back when she breaks free of the world government. Yeah. Think the powder mistaken for curry might be the cause of the poison mist? Nah, I don't think so. I think this is only half the flashback. There's missing context. Don't know, not sure. Elbaf has not been kind to moms. Yeah. Got the same type of fizz a Holy Knight Shanks. This big dude? Yeah. Definitely does. Um Meek Meek with the $5 super chat says Kamigata is actually the name of the dialect he's singing, so that's why the country's named that. Oh. But yeah, but what does Kamigata like mean? Does Kamigata like does it extrapolate into a special meaning for the country? Um because Kami means God, right? Like if Gata meant valley, that'd be kind of crazy, right? Drink water with the €5 said, imagine the second shadow serving Emu before he teleports to Elbaf was Candel. The second shadow serving Emu before teleport to Elbaf was Candel. That would be interesting if it was Candel, yeah. Kami could mean a lot of things depending on which kanji is used. Yeah, couldn't it also mean paper? Kamigata is the old name for Kansai, so Kansai dialect. Oh, gotcha. So we like that place that disappeared before God Valley, a place in the West Blue that Brooke is referencing, and then in the same chapter, the people are like, "Oh, wasn't there a place that got disappeared?" Right? But it might not be the same thing. It's a dialect from a kingdom in the West called Kamigata. That's just it's just interesting. It might not mean anything. It's just interesting because this is the line right here where the people go, um, uh, apparently there was once another nation in the West Blue that disappeared too. This line. Um, isn't that Shiki? Who? Who is Shiki? This guy? Nah, that's not Shiki. This confirms that the Gorsei or Holy Knights can use Reversi. Yes. I mean, I kind of already took that for the situation because of God Valley. But you're right. It is another confirming point that Emu doesn't need to be here for the Daimyo Reversi. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know what they want with Asperia. I mean, I would assume that there's something secret there, but like Brooke is here now. Like, what did we from the flashback? Are we gonna get what was important there? I feel like there has to be something important for a Gorosei and a Holy Knight to show up like this. And then if the fog is also them, then for sure. Is that Shiryu's dad? I mean, Shiryu. There's no sword. We don't see a sword yet. So, I mean, it can't be Shiryu, right? This is too long ago for it to be Shiryu, but Shiryu's dad? That's so funny because with the hat, right? That's mainly what it is. He looks like the jailer. Look at the reason Brooke teaches the song to Shuri to have space from her parents. Takes on a new meaning if her dad is a celestial dragon. Revive fruit, literally immortality fruit. Yeah, it's an interesting. We well, like we're. When does Brooke eat the fruit then? And if her dad is a celestial dragon, is that something like Brooke is just hiding from the? It's kind of interesting. Um, could that mean that's could that mean that oh sorry, I just hit the mic. Saint Mars is the dad? Because if he's coming here personally, right? It's not like you get a Gorsei to pick up your kid all willy nilly. It's either the Holy Knight is Manmare, but then why send a Gorsei? That's still so interesting. Nexus, I know chapter 488. We don't see him eat the fruit in that chapter, I don't believe. They just talk about the fruit. Part of the side by side of Shiryu and this guy is so similar. Yeah, no, I see it. I see it. When I see the look here, it's just it's another like, oh, is this Blackbeard's brother? Is Marshall is Rox's older brother? You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the theories of, is Brooke related because they look similar. I know it, right? But like and then Shiryu, I see it. I see it. I definitely see it. It's just a interesting kind of like mixed together. I just realized the knight is dressed like an orchestra conductor. Is he? Alejandro Souza, the $5 super chat says, "You think Oda is putting in his father-daughter relationship with Shuri, Brooke, and Leuven time to say that the Holy Knight had the revive fruit? You think Oda is putting in his father-daughter relationship with Shuri, Brooke, and Leuven? Meaning, like, Oda couldn't spend time with his daughter. Is that what I'm getting at? Trying to say that the Holy Knight had the revive fruit. I don't know if that would be the case, right? Because then that would be, if they had the revive fruit, they kind of fucked up since Candela's dead. I'm a little confused, Alejandro Solis. Some characters look like the same because that's Oda style, so it's not always a family relationship. I agree, Saeed. But it's like the Marco situation. Marco's dad. Is that Marco's dad in the back? Yeah, it looks kind of like Marco, and then it's just not, you know? Or it is. Sorry. It is Marco's dad. Like, everyone is right. Sorry. Got that confused. Um, but at least in that situation, there was a connecting point. We know that Marco was on Whitebeard's crew very early on as a kid. And then it's like, oh, it's because Marco's dad was one of the founding members of that crew. And in this situation, what would it be that Shiryu's dad is a holy knight? You know? Drink water with the €5 said, don't think I've seen anyone thinking of this, but what if Brook gave Gunko facial scar in this fight? Oh! That the wrap is blocking a scar on her face? I mean, given how, like, the thing is, Dami Reversi, right? Like, Brook demonstrated that he's significantly stronger than Shuri at this moment. Even with Dami Reversi, I think Brook beats this. It's just that he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't want to, I guess, because he doesn't understand the predicament. But, like, Shuri's gonna have to say some heinous stuff to make Brook believe that she's still in there and that's her speaking, and she truly is like, but the thing is, he knows her. It's like, you never had wings. This, you know what breaks, you know what the problem is for me, and I would say Sai, a long time ago, probably 3 years ago now, we had the 50-50. And this is before Dama Reversi, but me and Sai had like a hypothetical. Like, we would run hypotheticals on the 50-50 our channel, and the hypothetical was, if our loved ones, if our wives turned into a ghost in front, because Sai was playing like, he was playing like indie horror games on his stream, and so I guess these hypotheticals came up, and it was like, if our wives got turned into monsters before our eyes, like it was very clearly a monster, would we hesitate to take them out? And we both were like, probably not. Like, if we knew 100% that they were monsterfied, like, it wouldn't be hard, because like we would just have to survive, and like, you know, I have a kid and stuff like that, so it'd like protect, and so like in our minds it's like, hey, are you the same person? And it's like, I guess Shuri in this moment be like, yeah, this is me, it's totally me. It's like, you've never grown horns and like bat wings and stuff like that, like, what? And you're clearly way stronger. Like, Loki was able to tell his, I mean, that was different, but like, he was able to tell, hey, this is not you, what's going on, you know? It is interesting. So does Brook lose? She loses memories of this stuff, right? Because she's Dami Reversi'd, I guess. Does Dami Reversi, this might be proof that Dami Reversi messes up with your memories. That might be a minimum, actually, because she doesn't recall these memories, and it could just be that when you're Dami Reversi, you just don't have the memories. Scuba with the $5 super chat said, Google Vinsmoke Judge early concept designs in chapter 813. Wait, in chapter 813, first Brook panel, he is scared of Vinsmoke family name. Maybe this Holy Knight could be that guy? Okay, let's see this. Eight 13. I'm sort of remembering this. I don't see it yet, but why isn't it loading? Hello? Chapter 813 is not loading for me. That's so crazy. 814 and 812 are loading. There we go. Third son of Vinsmoke. Vinsmoke is Sanji's family name. Oh, that's interesting. It's a name that makes my backbone crawl, but it can't be. Oh my god, this could be Sanji's grandfather? Wait, I kind of like that. Wow, wait, hold on. Vinsmoke, and then that could explain Judge's whole backstory. How come it was only 66 days of their kingdom? Huh. Rox remembers everything when he was Daimyo Verseed. I mean, he dies right after. But yeah, he does remember. That's true. Maybe it's because of a different situation? I don't know. He's also smoking a cigarette, not a cigar. That's true. A cig. I mean, it does kind of look like a joint, but huh. Judge never took over the North Blue, by the way, big misconception. Yeah, but it was the West Blue, wasn't it? Wasn't he going towards the North or something like that? Judge has Leuven's butt chin, though. Yeah, but no, but they're saying that this Holy Knight is Vinsmoke, which that could explain the situation. Shuri is evil. I don't know if she's evil or if she's possessed, right? I don't know. I can't really put it. It's kind of interesting that the wings are even more crazy because that's what Brook sees when he goes to fight Gunko. Does weed even exist in the One Piece world? It does. It does exist. Caesar pulls out the ganja in the cover story. Let me see. Oh yeah. Let me see. Vinsmoke Judge early concept. I'm liking this angle. Is this the guy in the final page, the admiral that Rox killed? No. I'm on the boat now. That thanks to Scuba, that this is Vinsmoke. This is the Vinsmoke angle. It's clearly Buggy's dad. Oh yeah, he does have crazy socks. Bro smoked weed in Strong World. Ooh. Yeah, but that means Vince Smokes are one of the 20. Wouldn't we know that? So here's the thing: not just the Vince Smoke angle, but their ship is called the Saint Germain, and apparently that was supposed to be uh in the early concept. I have to double check the early concept. That was supposed to be the name Saint Germain, but the ship that the Vince Smokes the Germa Kingdom rides, the main ship, is called Saint Germain or Saint. Yeah, yeah, Germain. Let me double check the ship. Germa Kingdom. Germa double six Germa Kingdom. Let me double check the ship's name, because that I'm pretty sure that's the canon form of it. Um yeah. When fully formed, the entire ship that carries the kingdom is known as the Saint Germain. Saint Jeruma Go. So um and that apparently is also the concept for the guy. I mean, Vince Smokes are already royalty, so it's not far fetched. Yeah. Satan Sen with the 2,000 super chat says 1,000 slaves equals a band of slaves. Western slang? Is that Western slang? A band of slaves is 1,000 slaves? A band is like modern. Oh, you mean like modern day? A band? Yeah, that is a band of slaves. Hydrogen with the gift with the 10 jewels. Appreciate it. Is it possible that we know the main family's left? The judge is a descendant from the Vince Smoke family, making this guy a main family? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you for the golden coin. Um, Saint Germain, Saint Brice, Saint Poplar. Yep, those are the few names of islands that have the saint name, and then ship Saint Kingdom, Saint Brice. Sai coming today. He should be. Let me message. Let me get my headphones in. Actually, I'll wait for Sai to message and then let's see. It's funny that Brooke has striped pants in 813 when we talk about this character behind Gunko. Yeah, having the striped socks. More from the splash strike, but the fact that there's another break actually killed it for me. The break is interesting. Are we supposed to have a break right now? I thought last break was the scheduled break. Um, Whatever it is. I like this chapter. Don Marone goons are riding zebras in chapter 80. Cover Sanji is smoking with a zebra. Very interesting. I know you were kidding with the socks, but it is the drink water. We're making random connections now with the zebra, the socks. It's just funny. We usually do 2 chapters a break. No, we usually do 3 chapters in a break. Bro is actually sitting in a similar fashion to Sanji. This is starting to make some sense. He is sitting similar to Sanji. I can see that too. I like the Vince Smoke angle. That's probably the angle we're gonna talk about in the video. Um, if the Vince Smokes are a celestial family, they're an adjacent family like the Rikus that took over Dressrosa. It's possible. I have to give more idea to the thought, or more time, more ideas, more I need to breathe more air into this like bubble of information to see if it pops. But like the main thing is taking from the Tea Party. Like there's a few lines. I forget what chapter. Um, is it in the 70s? 88. I'll pull them up later. Let me for my own sake. I'll just double check. I think it's like 870. Um, 871 or 874. You can do it, Caesar. Candy Wall. Um. Oh my god, I got it on spot. Okay, I'll just show it. 871, baby. Oh my god, how did I remember that? Hold on, I need to. Dude, okay. How did I remember that chapter is insane. But our dream has already ended. In the wake of a dream of just 66 days, our ancestors were left as wandering ghosts, unable to set foot on their homeland. And now I have disgraced their memory. To think that I entrusted you with the soul of 3 centuries of longing, I despise myself. I do mean it when I say rest in peace. I will use the power of your science to bring peace, erg to the world. Yeah, that line right there is the main. I think there's another line too, but this line from Judge. Our dream has already ended. In the wake of a dream of just 66 days, our ancestors were left wandering as a ghost, and I've disgraced their memories. No, there's another line too. 871 is one of them though. Yeah. Imagine coma thing. Its excuse. She just got pregnant by a celestial dragon. Yeah, it seems like that's what the case is. The celestial dragon came through, ran through Candel. That part also does make sense. Growth Stonks $5 super chat. The nation of villains that Ors created, by the way, was Germa. They were called warmongers, just like the giant, even having giant snails that form the kingdom. That's interesting. That's an interesting take, Growth Stonks. I've never thought about that. 300 years ago, Vince Smokes conquered the North Blue for 66 days. 100 years later, the world government is attacked by Emeth and fishermen gain rights. Continent pullers because the snails did the work. I don't know if they can pull a continent, but like they are pulling a continent technically. Doesn't Shuri get emu eyes when she's possessed? Her eyes, end of the chapter, don't look very emu-y. Yeah, they don't look emu-like. But this is probably because this is Dami Reversi. And we don't know. In Dami Reversi, there's no eyes, but she seems like she does have eyes here. Does Rocks demonstrate what chapter is that? 1166. Does Rocks demonstrate the like memory of what happened? Has the curse worn off? Will I leave this island alive? I'm glad you stopped me. Technically, he does remember, yeah. It seems like it'd be weird to say he didn't remember. Um Oops, hold on. 1 second. Hmm. Kendall's greater than Shuri? No idea. I haven't thought about ranking them like that. 1149, Gunko's memories return. She calls for her father. Definitely seems like Reuven was Dahmerversi'd and killed before Gunko got there. Yeah, unless they undo the thing and then she screams father. But um yeah, this whole circumstance is interesting. It seems like we're gonna have to restart to see what actually happened here. Like next chapter is gonna start a bit back before Brooke gets here. Um yeah, the licking blood is kind of nasty. It's a different type of Dimerversity, probably, I think. Gunko don't change size in Elbaf either. Just goes wing and no horns. Yeah, but Gunko doesn't get Dimerversity in Elbaf. That's just a possession. Different contract memory. Moon intended to make Luffy and Loki fight each other when he tried to. That's true. That's true. But that was Emu. Is that the same move Saint Mars makes? The Itsumare. Let's see which one's stronger. Yeah, but like also if she's celestial, then you know what it might be? It might be that Leuven. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because like the weird part is the not flipping, like not if he got Dom Reversely, then he would just revive in this situation. Growth Stonks with $2 super chat says smoking guy is the prior supreme commander of the Holy Knights. I mean, one way or the other, this guy's definitely important. This is how this is how Brooke learns of who Holy Knights are. The other question is, you know, what Saint Mars' role is in this situation. Why didn't Gorsey spam Dom Reversing on Egghead? It's a good question. It is a good question. If they could use Dom Reversing, why didn't they use it? So here's how the world government took out our 4 West Blue nations now. Took out 4 West Blue nations now. Hesperia, Ohara, Kamigata, and God Valley. Well, it seems like Kamigata we're throwing in there. But yes. I forgot. Not I forgot, but like Ohara is also West Blue. It's kind of crazy. I never thought that this is the kind of level of focus the West Blue would get. Not gonna lie. I think he's the Yeti. This guy the Yeti? Nah. We haven't seen this guy yet. This guy here, did we say Kong? I don't know the timeline. I just need my King Kong. Someone brought up Kong, but no, that's not Kong. Ain't no way Kong's a bad guy. Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. That's why East Blue's the most protected. Okay, the dawn always comes. But when the dawn is tired, that's why the west, you know, doesn't get as much. Is that what it is? Or is it because the west is tainted by the world government's fingers, I guess. They just can't keep their hands off the Western nations. The corruption, bro. Eduardo, the Yeti Holy Knight, yeah, from Imaginary Friends. We're getting a lot more than 13 knights, all I'm saying. Perhaps there really are 13 of each contract level. Here, let me bring my thing down so I can take a seat. Standing for a few hours. Okay. Unless some die off screen. Yeah. That's why Luffy's from the east. Sunrise in the east, yeah. I'll never forgive Oda if he doesn't flesh out the Yeti character. I agree. I'll be upset too. He can't just show us the Yeti as one of the Holy Knights and then walk away from that. Some people think Candel faked her death. What do you think? To join the Holy Knights? Is that what that would mean? I don't know about that. Too many Marines on Egghead. That's why they didn't use Dame University there. They don't give a flying, like, on God Valley, they were just, I mean, they did the entire Davy family, but the, what's it called? At God Valley, there was lots of Marines there. Gunko stepped on Brooke in Elbaf. After reading this chapter is another level of disrespect. Granted, she's possessed. Yeah. Possessed in both situations, technically. Just a different kind of possession. No, we can see the effects of smog on her face. I don't think it's a fake out. Yeah, she is right about here. The fog will clear. It must. Or Kendall, they forced her to, the fog will clear, it must, and then she sacrificed her freedom to lift the fog. And they just didn't know and knew nothing but suffering. Even after the fog lifted, the scars it caused remained. Dang. That'd be a crazy way to go about. But I doubt we'd ever figure that out. I mean, I guess next chapter, if they do the villain oh yeah. Sometimes I forget that like villain monologue is a thing. Like next chapter, right? Saint Mars and this Vinsmoke guy, or the Holy Knight guy, they go, aha, don't you know that Candel gave up her life to lift up the fog? And it's like one way or the other. You know, but nobody, Leuven would have questioned where her body went. No, like literally she went to the Holy Land. Like that would be, it's like she had no choice. Kendall had to give her life for Asperia. Oh, that would be kind of nuts, right? Because the whole chapter, she's like, I'll do anything to be by his side. And then the best thing that she could do for the kingdom would to be not be by his side. And that's like the ultimate suffering. There's a lot of like holes that you could enter conspiracy into in this chapter. And it's just more depraved. Like it's really painful to think about Candel doing all that sacrifice, you know? Oda could be focusing on the Gorsei in order. First Saturn 5, now Mars 4. Next Hotman, then Nostro, then Jupiter. That's an interesting route. She was jealous of her mom because Brooke loved her. Dang. Maybe this chapter review we just go full talk about theories. Because that's a lot already. Mars and Elbaf would be fired because he'd actually have space to fly around. Yeah, like usable space. Because he could just fly next to the island. Yeah, it's just a. I guess the question would be like the. I would assume that this Holy Knight here is the Holy Knight who came last time, right? So, like, wouldn't it would make more sense if this Holy Knight is Manmare, and that's how Shuri, like, it's Shuri's real dad. So it's like, not real dad. Sorry, Leuven is real dad, and that guy would be the sperm donor, right? So like, dad, Shuri, kid, and then Brooke. Like, all three dads are in the same panel. There's the like Brooke, who is the he, like, protected her, adopted, took care of her, and then dad, who took her in even if the situation, and then this is the other dad who came so many months ago or years ago, 15 years ago. That's a long ass time. Narukami, I was taking emotions into. I'm not speaking biologically. I'm speaking emotionally. Real dad is the dad who showed up. Anybody can be a father, but not anybody can be a dad. That's what I was meaning there. I'm just shit posting, no mind. Yeah, I know. Three dads, three personalities. Yeah, or uncle, like some said in the chat. Yeah, because the Holy Knights don't like to show up by themselves. Like, they like sending other people, allegedly. Don't tell Sai this. The three dad theory. I won't. I'll keep it. Let's see what Sai does. I want to see what Sai cooks up. Probably gave Shuri an ultimatum: King or Brooke, who lives and who dies. I mean, I think if she gets Dawn Reversi, this is the inevitable situation, right? But it is a question mark. Am I the only one who believes that Leuven is the biological father? I could believe it, but the thing is, like, this chapter does significantly open up the doors. And one of the main, I think, ideas would be the eyes. While in Egghead, there was only Luffy's crew and giant pirates to use Dawn Reversi on. Wait, what did you type in before? In God Valley, the Marines were occupied with other pirates to focus on Rock's family of Dawn Reversi. Yeah, so the idea would be, why not use Dawn Reversi on Egghead, right? Because if the Gorosei could use it, then just turn the Straw Hats into Dawn Reversi. Experiments in the eyes maybe indicated that it worked, so he wanted her back. Interesting. I truly don't think a Holy Knight would not raise their child. Garling did go get his kid from their mother. I don't see a Celestial Dragon letting a commoner raise their kid unless they escape like Ginny. Well, in Ginny's case, they didn't care about Bonnie. They threw her out too. Ginny was thrown out, not escaped technically. Right? So that's like where it gets a little interesting. We also know Loki's eyes are not from his biological. Fair point. Touche. Yeah, it'd be a. If it was a different arc, you'd bringing up the the biology of the eyes possibly being from the parents would make sense. But in the same arc where Loki exists, it's kind of, you're right. It is a little interesting. You can't necessarily bring that into the scope of things. Unless they said something explicitly, what they haven't. So I said, crawling out of bed as we speak. Okay, I'll be in room. Um, Let me get my headphones on. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Okay. Let me hop in. I don't think, but we will be here. Input, output. Okay, cool. Um, see, giants could be descendants of dragons. Technically, it talked about that with Sai. The nuance of Loki having the Nidhogg eyes brings it like to some certain understanding because like the first giant guy could turn into the dragon, right? So maybe that's something went wrong with mic, no audio. Oh, um, okay, we should be back with the audio. Should be back to normal. You're right about Ginny. I forgot that they were thrown out. Still don't think a holy knight would leave their child with the insects. Remember what they were saying to Shanks when he went back? Yeah, yeah. There's that. 15 years is a long time. And then just letting Candel go back is an interesting route too. Fog got to be related to Mars. Pretty sure the bird is based, yeah, about the plague and death. Harold's wife was already carrying a baby before she met Harold. That would, I mean, that is technically the idea, but I don't think the timeline fits that, right? Um, like, I mean, that would be the theory is what's happening to this chapter. Leuven and Kendall getting together and then having the baby and then not giving us the timeline of like, oh, it happened 9 months after your whatever, but they could be banging beforehand, right? That'd be the counter. Like the comments would be like, Par, you do know that premarital sex is a thing, right? And it's like, oh, I guess, yeah. And it's like, then is it silly? But like the way the chapter ties, oh yeah, after the Holy Knight or after the Celestial Dragon showed up, that she did seem to get sick. So then, it makes you wonder. 7? What about 7? Kendall probably made a deal and pregnancy was just an unforeseen consequence. A lot of people call it an unforeseen consequence. Oh, is Sai here? Sai's not here yet. I don't even think her getting sick is the pregnancy. I just think it's her being traumatized. Yeah, it could be both too. Pregnancy, that first trimester, baby. That first trimester hits. And then some people, second and third can be doozies, but let's see. Candela for the streets, man. Leuven saved her. Well, I don't know if she's for the streets. Seems like she's not for the streets, but the Celestial Dragons love running through the streets. See no evil, speak no evil, yeah. Brooke implies that she got sick from stress dealing from the oppressive nature of the Celestial Dragon for the first time. Yeah, that's the like that the way that part is written kind of implies that like what was that stress? Like was it physical stress? Like Did Saba Odie happen again? But why would they just leave her there, you know? And then why would they leave Shuri there for maybe, oh, maybe they didn't realize that they had a kid. But then the eyes were like dead like set. Maybe it's something like that. Like she didn't realize that they had a kid. Oh, it could be that. That's why it took so long. I had a crush for Leuven for years. If he's not the father, then it was out of her will. Not if it's less of no, it'd be like Charlo's Sabaody situation, right? Like where the Celestial Dragons walk through, she's my wife now. Or not even she's my wife, like I want a fun time with that. And then boom, that's all it takes. And then it could even be like, hey Leuven, is that your wife? And it's like, no, that's my commander. It's like, okay, give her to me. It's like, no, but that's my and then because they didn't say anything, then now they get married afterwards. Maybe if Leuven married them in the first place, you know. Because you gotta think about it. The Celestial Dragons were almost going to be out like against her will. Not out of her will, as in like out of the her own will. Um Yo, Park, can you shout out Canada's soccer team about to play in the World Cup? Shout outs. I want to watch it actually. I forgot to set this TV up for being able to watch it. Is it about to go down? Oh, it's at 3. Wait, what time is the World Cup game? World Cup games. Let me double check this. It's at 3. Okay. Versus Bosnia? Yeah, I watched yesterday's games. Yesterday's games were crazy. 3 red cards in the first game is insane. 3 red cards is insane. That's for sure. Against her will, sorry, that's very explainable. Yeah. It's really Oda tries to make up for Nepo piece by running matricide piece on the side. It's an interesting situation to be in. Wait, is the US playing today too? Is the US? Oh, it is 9 p.m. US versus Paraguay. Shout out to the USA too. I played. It's funny because the players on the team are old enough. They're the same age as me. So when I was a kid, I played against he's the current Christian Pulisic. Pretty sure I played against him when I was a kid. Because he played in a tournament that I went to. But yeah, they destroyed us. Pretty sure their team absolutely murdered us. It was insane. Actually, Leuven definitely knew. That's probably why he's so against the world government. It is an interesting predicament, right? Because he wasn't willing to sacrifice 1,000 slaves. Like, I doubt he would be willing to sacrifice Kandel. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, I forget if I was saying this before, but the Celestial Dragons were willing to take Shirahoshi, the princess of an allied nation. Yes, she's a fishman or mermaid, but you know, they were in support of it. Had it not been for Mosgard, they would have just taken Shirahoshi. Now they wouldn't. I don't know if they procreate, but like, they wanted a slave, you know. You rooting for Canada? I'm not. I'm not rooting for Canada. I'm just shouting out per the chatter. But yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for good soccer. You know what I mean? No red cards. Well, not no red cards, but like red cards are insane. First game, 3 red cards, and they were all pretty bad from memory. I'm pretty sure all the red cards yesterday in the first game were insane. Like they were just like actual like red cards. Remember, mermaids after the age of 29 get 2 legs. The slap one was egregious, yeah. I mean, yeah, from memory, all the red cards were really, really bad, but like, I think the Mexico one was just like, what are we doing, bro? He just, for no reason, two up, decided to push him off. Especially when they're playing 2 players up. But yeah. I'm putting money down that Leuven is the actual biological father. There's plenty of other scenarios that could cause immense stress for Kendall. Could be. It's not out of the question. It's just that there's the door open for the other route. And the door is pretty strong. Ooh, size. There he is. Okay, wait, hold on. How come I can't hear you? Wait, Discord's showing your audio's not working. Is it Discord side? There we go. I can hear you now.
Brother, but yeah, I don't know.
You watching
Discord's
the World
being
Cup?
weird. Oh no. I am not.
Damn.
I've been keeping up with it though.
Yeah.
On Twitter, I mean.
Yeah, the first game was crazy. Yep, there's Sai. Wait, why are we spamming 7? 7 jump scares? What's 7? What does this mean? 7 guys?
Sai jump scare.
Oh, it's translating your name as 7.
Is it?
Yeah, like YouTube is auto translating your name to 7. Like Scuba's comment right now, unless I hover over it, it says 7, but it has the translate symbol right next to it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's wild. That's kind of racist. It's assuming your name means 7 in some language.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Imagine we find out that your name actually means 6 in another language too.
Oh, that would be insane. I mean, maybe Par.
Yeah.
Par could be.
Yeah, Par. Just like, 6-7. Par and Sai.
Yeah. We'd have to change 50-50 to 6-7.
The 6-7 podcast. Yeah, go with like a meme joke that's already like going out the door, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna be like a decade behind.
Yo, that would actually be, because if we did it while like, has anyone made this? Yeah, let's look this up. The 6-7 podcast. There is. They have 3.5 subscribers on YouTube. 3.5K, not 3.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought you were about to say million.
Nah. And then on Spotify, 5 Dudes Talk About Life. The 6-7 podcast. The last upload is 2021? Wait, isn't that before 6-7?
They could have changed their name halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
They could have like rebranded.
Yeah, that would be an insane thing to not like. If you were already the 6-7 pod, I mean, maybe they were the 67 podcast because they had 5 guys.
Oh, true.
And they just didn't know that, like, and then they never revived their podcast. Oh yeah, because if their latest upload was 2021, then they didn't change their name. Bro,
well, I mean, you can go back and like change the name and change the title, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, why would they do that if they're not active?
Unlikely.
Yeah. Wait, these guys had gold. How to lose weight. Keegan goes blind. This is
Keegan
crazy.
is blind.
Yeah, what the heck? We're back at it again with another episode. This one is unique as crew member of the 67 podcast goes blind. Will his vision ever go back? What the heck is this episode? We also get to
Yeah, what are they doing over there? It's like Jackass, but just like I don't even know.
Wait, this is an insane. This is an insane description. One of the podcast members goes blind, and that's just the title of the thing. How is this not? How do they not revive this later on in life? That's crazy. When they were sitting on gold, they had the Spotify 6-7 podcast locked in. No one else could make the name because of these guys.
They couldn't get the boys back together. Maybe it's because they died. Like maybe the blind list led to death, and that's why.
Oh my god, bro, that's crazy.
He just never recovered.
I keep thinking 6-7 is done, but somehow it's still kicking. It's kicking because of the residual, like, of how insane it was. Oh, Sai has an emergency. Maybe it was 8. The will of 6-7 never dies. Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's crazy, that podcast that we just stumbled upon. Oh man. Let's see. Sai's audio should be good, right, guys? I'm pretty sure it should be good. But yeah, what were we talking? We were talking about soccer, actually. When Sai's back, maybe I could just log into my, because I don't have it down here. My World Cup login. Par equals pair, or in golf, par means something.
Ooh.
Yeah, par.
All right, I'm back. Apologies for that.
You good?
There was a... Yeah. There was like a hangnail I had, and it was really bothering me.
Oh.
And I was like, I just gotta run to that bathroom for like 2 seconds, man. I just gotta like fucking clip it out.
Yeah.
What do you think about the chapter?
Yeah, chapter was good. A lot happened, so I couldn't really keep up with like all the nuance. So like one of the things that I skipped was, or not skipped, I didn't fully register, was the opening for the door that Shuri is not Leuven's real daughter. But like we're still grappling with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still
It can happen. It's just like people are really sold on that idea. They love that idea.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It's just that we don't have like a timeline. Like we don't have like a definite, 2 months later she was born or something like that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But from the comments I've seen, people fucking love that idea. Like they're eating it up.
Yeah.
It's like a hive mind, dude. I love it.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things that like I said, like when I first read the chapter, I didn't hone in on that. But in review, going back, it's like that's definitely a possibility. Like the way it's written, even like the whole what did he say? He said after the Celestial Dragons showed up, the kingdom was thrown into panic, as no one had ever dealt directly with the people of such stature. Celestial Dragons, ? Yep, their pressure was overwhelming. Lady Kendall was actually bedridden for a few months after that, probably due to the stress. You wouldn't believe how dark the kingdom felt back then. Yo ho ho. I shouldn't really laugh. It was like the sun set, and then we don't get a timeline of this happening, but your father, the renowned rugged prince, ascended the throne, and at the same time, he married your mother, Candel. And then we were blessed by your birth. Like, there was no timeline for any of that. So, like...
Nope.
It could easily be broken with, like, oh, no, Shuri was born, like, months after... Like a year after or whatever, right? It could be that.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have, like, a timeline of, like, the Celestial Dragon showed up, she was sick, and then she was sick for a few months, and then, like 2 years went by, and then the king was announced, or the prince was announced, ascended the throne, right? Like that could easily just break up the timeline.
It's
right?
funny you say that because it's like, yeah, we have no timeline in this chapter. Oda went out of his way to like not give us one because he actually gave us a timeline in this chapter aside from the chapter of like Brooke's life. It was like on the side of like a Shonen Jump or something.
Oh.
It's like, like 90 years ago he did this, and then 50 years ago this happened.
Right.
It's like to catch people up to the flashback, and it's just funny. Because like, well, he did that for that, but he didn't do it for this chapter though.
Yeah.
Do you think Shuri killed her parents, Sai? Well, I mean, it was definitely her, right? It was her own free will. I was wrong. I thought she was gonna get Domi reversied and possessed, or somebody would be controlling her, but it turns out that Shuri just really fucking hated her dad, man.
Yeah, and on that note, right? Like when I saw that, I was kind of like face palmed. But like, like depending on next chapter, right? Depending on next chapter, the dialogue would have to hit really good because like she's not bigger, she's normal size, she has wings, which like Brooke should definitely be like, okay, something's definitely going up. And then this is what I actually referenced. I remember I was saying that like you and I in particular are like super opposed to this naturally because a long time ago on the 50-50, you and I had that conversation. Like if our wives got turned into demons right before, like not before our eyes, like we could recognize they're not speaking the same. They're like monsters, not right. And our life is threatened, right? Like they are attacking us, or we have to fight to survive. We would fight. We wouldn't hesitate to defend ourselves in that situation. And like you and I both kind of agreed, like yeah, like if she got turned into a giant monster, I want to put her out of her misery, right? Like something like that. And it's like, you know, in Brooke's situation, maybe he's like grappling, like, is that Shuri? Maybe this is really Shuri, but like, you know, and depending on how, like, because when Dory and Brogy speak, they sound like themselves, just like coked out and roided out. Like it sounds like they're on a power trip and they're like, yeah, well, I'm strong enough to be king of this nation. Why am I letting this god guy, Jarl, this old dude, why does he get all the respect? Like they sound like themselves, but they sound like they're also just shooting up like insane amount of like testosterone.
Demon juice.
Yeah. And so like if Shuri's dialogue hits, then maybe it
But
plays...
still, like you would know that she's under the influence though.
Of something. Like I think that it goes back to like Garp. When Garp is sitting there 2 minutes in, it's like, hey Roger. That's not our boy Rox, right?
Hey, what I've done, I'm gonna be spamming this card. I'm honestly just suspending disbelief. I'm just gonna say this is One Piece. I don't get, you know, like what am I expecting at this point? Like, cause the thing is, like, Brooke should know, like, something's up. He doesn't. It's fine. Like, even if the dialogue hits, obviously something's going on. Like, he should have questioned it earlier.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's too many ways to, like, gloss over it. Like, even if the dialogue hits.
Yeah.
The wings, the horns, and the fact that Brooke was there the day she was born.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there this entire time. Like, to suspect that Shuri would do this is crazy. Like, I mean, like, you know, bringing up the wife situation again. Like, dude, thinking back to, like, I guess a good thing to bring up, like, paranormal movie, right? Like, any paranormal movies where somebody's possessed and they look just like themselves. Oh, maybe they got, like, some cracks in their face, or maybe their eyes are, like, black or something. Everybody knows something's up. And then when they start attacking people, even though they look like themselves, they're not bigger, you know, they talk like they're coked out, everybody knows that something fucking wrong is here, right?
Yeah. Especially if it's
they're
visual.
Definitely possessed.
If there's a visual thing.
So like Brooke should know. Like and then the dialogue, dude, if we get to the anime and we find out that Domi Reversi gives them like this deeper speech pattern, that'd be so funny, dude.
Yeah. I think that's usually what it is.
It's not just like regular Dory, it's like Dory.
Yeah. I think that's usually what it is too, the voice. Like if my wife started going, "Welcome home," honey, and I'll be like, "All right, that's definitely."
It's like Esteban Julio Mercado or whatever his name is from Sweet Life Zack and Cody. There was like a whole thing where he was possessed for a little bit by like this ghost demon, and everybody knew. But also, Tornado. I've seen people saying that, like, maybe the horns and wings are only visible to us, like hockey or something.
Bro,
that's
no,
not
but
true
they can't
because
be.
people have commented on the wings and the horns.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that from the Garp situation, but Garp saw it, right? Like, and then Zoro
and then Brooke commented on it as well, coming into the flashback.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's another the Brooke Brooke in himself. So here's the route that I think would play out the best for, and we don't have the dialogue to support it, to be honest, is like I could see Brooke leaving the situation and just being confused. Like I could see him being like, what happened? What happened to Shuri? What changed her? Blah, blah, blah. And just living his entire life confused, but not blaming, but just like, what
No, he blames her. He says, I hate her.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see it not be the blame way, like, not the way the story has it. But then the moment he sees her on Elbaf, and then it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, on Elbaf, when he sees the people being Damiversi'd, when he sees her possessed by Emu, that Gunko, and, like, he's like, oh my god, now she's talking in a different way. Okay,
Dude,
so then immediately I'm not perplexed about what happened. That was definitely not her 90 years ago, you know?
The problem is that, like, this happened in Dressrosa, where King Riku is being controlled, and people are like, oh my god, the king is genocidal. He wants to kill all of us. But the difference is that for King Riku, there is no difference. Like, he looks exactly the same. It is him.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously he's crying, and then, you know, you can put the pieces there, like, together there. For Shuri, it's like, dude, she's got the whole king caboodle. You should be able to tell.
Yeah,
that,
you know,
that this is not her.
That's a good reference.
Like, if this was Doflamingo doing it, I'd have way more, like, leeway. Like, okay, yeah, you know, she looks the same. This is her. You know, obviously she'd be crying, so I mean that's like the big red flag that he should pick up too. And you know, I've seen people saying a couple of things. They're like, oh, but this is the One Piece world. Devil fruits exist, and it's like, yeah, exactly. This is the One Piece world. Devil fruits exist. Like, so Brooke should know that this is a thing. And even if Brooke doesn't know that devil fruits exist, let's say he's in his own bubble. It's you know, the West Blue. There's not all the powers yet. That's fair. But also, for us, me and you, Par, supernatural powers, to our knowledge, does not exist in this world. Yet, if our wives come at us with demon horns, we suspect supernatural powers. I don't know. Like, it's so silly. Yeah. But again, I am just rolling with it. I'm suspending disbelief. This doesn't have to be explained. It's just anime logic. I'm just chalking it up to that.
I think
this is just anime shit, man.
The good example is the Riku situation, because in that light, Doflamingo's puppet is way more effective in seeding like discourse that way of like, oh my god, I was betrayed by this person. The separation is the difference between puppet is you can't control what they're saying and their face, whereas this Damiversi you can, like, not control it, but you, like, Riku would be saying all this crazy nonsense. So it's like a flip situation. In puppet control, it literally looks like they are doing the act there, and they are doing the act. They're going through all the emotions. They're just not saying it. They're like, Riku is crying. He's like, no, like, run away, blah, blah, blah. But for Damiversi, it's the flip. Like, the words are really, that's why I think the dialogue next chapter is going to be really interesting. But also, there's also the context too, right? Like this Holy Knight guy. I'm assuming he's the Holy Knight guy. And then, are you on the boat that that's just Saint Mars?
Yeah, I think it's Saint Mars.
Okay, so there's that context of like, why is Saint Mars even here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, they could throw in like, Shuri, we've been waiting for you all these years. You finally lived up to your potential and killed that fake dad of yours, and blah, blah, blah. And then like, they could coat the whole situation as, you know, like, Shuri did this out of her own volition. This is the right Shuri. This is the conqueror Shuri. Kind of like, you know, Emu is just like, oh yeah, that's not Damiversity. They're not possessed per se. They're just giving into their conqueror self, right? Like, there's a lot of dialogue that these two could give in to like push Brooke the other way and believing that this is just Shuri. But like, and then them not giving the context that she's possessed. But then again, that goes back to the whole, she has wings and a horn, like they did something to her. That's where the part where like the rock situation is like very grating on my brain, because it's like they watched rocks get diddled by Emu, poked in, and they know, like, the rocks pirates, they know about devil fruit powers. And it's like, would it be unfathomable to think that like whatever that shadow creature did to rocks made him different, right? And like, they didn't even entertain the idea. They just walked away, kind of like they were just like, man, this guy threw me. I can't believe Rox would betray us like that. And then Kaido for
I guess
years
a good thing to bring up.
on end.
Like,
is just
imagine
Kaido's
if
evil.
Luffy gets Domi reversied, and the Straw Hats say, "Oh man, I guess Luffy hates us now." You know what I mean? Like,
No, like
that's kind of what it feels like.
when Luffy turned Nightmare Luffy, they're like, bro, he looks different. Is that really Luffy? And then they literally said, I'm pretty sure the word for word, is that really Luffy? I'm pretty sure Chopper and Usopp, I think, said that.
No, the Straw Hats would be no better. Nightmare Luffy, he's too different. He's too blue.
Rox is not a crew like the Straw Hats. What are you talking? That's crazy to me because like that situation was so crazy because Whitebeard literally stood up, stood side by side Rox, and Rox said, "You don't need to fight this battle with me. You know that, right?" And Whitebeard was like, "Where else would I be?" Basically, and then right afterwards, Rox gets diddled, and then he just walks away after getting like slammed in the thing, and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna fight. Versus Roger and Garp were like, nah, man, that ain't Rox. Something happened to him. Look at those
like,
wings
they
and
obviously
horns.
like turned off their deductive reasoning skills. And the thing is too, is that like they're not as friendly as the Straw Hats. That's 100%. But here's the thing. They're still a crew that know each other a good amount. Like,
At
if
that
anything,
point,
they've
20
been
years,
together
right?
longer than the Straw Hats.
At that point, it was like 15, 20 years. No, it was like, yeah, because they met like what 56 years ago, and then God Valley was 38 years ago, so it was like 18 years or something like that.
Yeah, they've been around for a hot minute, dude.
Yeah. And you know, them being side by side, but they also, you have to admit, like, that part of that propaganda was Sengoku saying, oh yeah, they always fought each other, which is like, yeah, sure. After they completed like the most insane, they destroyed a gates of, oh, that was Rox by himself, but like they did some insane shit on their own too, together, like for a mad long. And they even, what was it with Wang Ji? They trusted Wang Ji like nobody's business, right?
They
Wang
gave him the
Ji,
fucking island, dude.
yeah, Wang Ji was the traitor, and they're like, oh no, like, give him the island. He knows what he's doing. That level of trust with Wang Ji was kind of like, would the Straw Hats not? I feel like the Straw Hats would be able to figure it out. Do you think that if the Straw Hats had a Wang Ji, they would be able to figure out the betrayal?
No.
Or no? See? Oh, so then the Rox crew is like the Straw Hats.
No, I think
Dude, that's
I think
so
no,
funny.
dude.
Yeah, because a good crew that trusts each other, they make it to the top. You know, even Blackbeard's crew, would they be able to figure out the traitor?
Nobody would. I'm just gonna assume every crew is gonna be like this.
Yeah, like and just give Wang Ji the island. That's so. The giving the Wang Ji the island part is the excessive part. Like the trusting him and not suspecting him. Like Whitebeard was like, "Huh, we have a rat in our crew," or something like that. But he still, you know, all the years that he was a Yonko, he never went to Pirate King and was like, "You were the rat." You know, he never once went back. Imagine that. That would have been a sick thing if we got like a flashback of like Whitebeard acknowledging Wang Ji, being like, you're a good guy. You couldn't be the rat, you know? That'd be kind of crazy.
Imagine in Whitebeard's final moments, he has like a really good Wang Ji flashback.
Yeah. Wang Ji, dude, that'd be crazy. But
yeah, Zoro collects all the bounties at the end of the manga. Yeah, that theory ends up being true. Zoro just wanted to boost Luffy's bounty so that he could get a fat payday.
Yeah. Then he joins the Holy Knights. He was the real Blackbeard.
Jesus. The real final villain.
When Luffy said them to Blackbeard, he actually meant Blackbeard and Zoro were in cahoots.
Yeah. They should have done it, but if they zoomed into Zoro in that panel, I bet he was sweating a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, he knows my captain. Oh god. Wait, one of Brooke's shirts says Moonlight in it? Does it? That's interesting. Oh, Sai, shout outs. We both got a prediction right in this chapter. I was right about the song and title of the chapter, and you I spend a significant time talking
Yep.
about this. The
guitar?
guitar,
The
dude.
guitar. Dude, it was here a lot, man. That guitar was fucking chilling.
Dude, the way he cuddled with the guitar, I stopped and I
Yep.
gave you the flowers for that one. That one is pretty.
And
Yeah,
not just that, but Emu caught wind too.
Emu.
Emu. Remember what I said?
I
Remember what
know, I know. I didn't agree. I said 90%.
You didn't have to agree.
I know, but I'm just
This
like
is my socioeconomic prediction, Par.
Emu catching
Alright.
wind via Holy Night when we don't even know if that's. Do we even know that's Holy Night? But yeah, we know that like it's a Gorosei guy. You know.
Yeah, it's a Gorosei. There's Domi Reversi. Emu caught wind. 100%. Emu caught wind.
Oh, but
He's invested in Asperia.
Dami Reversi is from who? Who did
I'm
the
assuming
Dami?
the Knight of God in the background.
Or Saint Mars? It could be a Gorosei?
Yeah, or St. Mars, yeah. I mean, it could be either one.
Okay. I just want to clarify.
That's like looking at a family and asking who ate the spaghetti. It's like, I mean, it could be any one of them.
Misnomer of Emu did catch wind implies that Emu needs to be in the chapter for them to catch wind. But no. Sai meant it as anything associated to Emu being relative to Asperia is Emu catching wind. that was Sai's prediction.
We got it.
And
Emu dash the world government are invested in Asperia, so much so that a Knight of God and a Gorosei member are potentially here.
I will give you.
Yeah, he caught wind.
Sai's prediction was
this is like big wind.
Sai's prediction was on the coattails of getting everything wrong, which is why he was aiming extremely low. But I'll give you this one in the sense that like this is more than you even. This is above your low bar, like a significant amount. A Gorosei member versus a Holy Knight is different. I'm laughing at the Emu part, but I will give you that your bar was so low that all you cared about is a Holy Knight being relevant to Asperia, which we all kind of thought one way or the other, especially that Brook line. I think that guy's a Holy Knight because of the Brook line in 1160, 1130. I forget what chapter it is. 1130
something, yeah.
46, I think it is. 1146 is the.
You replaced all the One Piece numbers with Kagurabachi numbers.
Yeah, no. This chapter I got a good one. 871. I pulled that one. Boom. You don't need to know why that chapter is relevant, but it was a very good pull. First, but yeah. Anyways, hey Park, can I share a link? What are you trying to share? A link for a manga website that adds OST, visual sound effects? Okay, link that in the Discord because I don't want to get my YouTube nuked or randomly for having the site there, even though I have the site in the back behind me. I've been playing the game safely, but don't wanna poke any bears lying in Shueisha's way.
Dude, all those manga websites getting taken down one after another. Sad stuff.
Yeah.
All this keep them popping back up too. Let me tell you.
Yeah. All the main fight that we're gonna get an anime about this one day. Shueisha v Russia. That's the real fight that they have to.
Or China, Korea, yeah. Every country hops in.
Yeah. Do we need to be signed into Discord? I have no idea. I think so. Yeah, so I don't get bot spammed. I think you do need to be signed in. Think about all the money they're gonna make after they take down the pirate sites. Are they gonna make that much money? It seems like they're.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna keep on finding ways.
Yeah.
Rather than, hey.
And especially the manga websites, it's like in reality, then this is what I tell, like all the sites just need to remove One Piece for the time being, and then they would be safe for a long time. And then make a separate website for the One Piece one. And then it's like, oh, what do we go after? We go after the One Piece one, and then it's like all the other manga sites would be fine if they just didn't have the One Piece one, I feel like. I don't know if that's a correlation. I haven't kept up with it, but like I imagine.
Not really.
Oh, our sites without One Piece.
It's not just like Shueisha.
Dang, other places are putting their. It's a unified front.
I mean, everybody is, yeah.
But yeah, this
Tell us about the Vin Smoke theory. Oh, I've seen that one already.
yeah, the Vince. I like the Vince Smoke theory, but we don't have
I
to.
don't mind the Vin Smoke theory. We just have to explain it, but it would be a cool little
Yeah,
reveal. Could be
Y-
Sanji's final opponent at that point, but we've been talking about that with like what Jupiter and all them too.
yeah. The Vince Smoke theory. My thing is like I would kind of like it if this guy was just Man Mare, but if this guy's Vince
Yeah,
Smoke, I like that for a different reason. But Man Mare, it would make sense if like Shuri is a half child or whatever. Um, but um, and then the first thing that I saw people bringing up was people saying this guy looks like Shiryu, which is
yeah,
interesting.
that's funny.
I don't know what to do with that, but there is that. And then but Man Mare is interesting because then it's like people are saying smog fruit, the guy has a smog fruit, or it's the Itsumade. But then it's like the fog being the part of the world government thing is an interesting ploy. You know what I mean? It's just like is that I don't know if the fog is a world government ploy or if it's just a natural cause, but it makes sense. It's just like the timing of everything cuz like let's say Shuri is a celestial dragon kid, right? Like they waited 15 years to get her back, you know? So it's like why not go sooner? Why not do what Garling did? Why not, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of things, but the fog, it's not that crazy if it was the world government. There's also that, um, unless they were getting a lot of money. Wonder makes you wonder how much the heavenly tribute is if the demand was just 1,000 slaves. And I say 1,000 slaves lightly because, like, I'm assuming the other countries that are put in this situation, they kind of just like raid other nations next door that aren't world government affiliated and just get 1,000
And just take
people.
them instead.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, damn,
yeah.
Lubin should have done that.
Yeah, that's what I assumed like is the terror of world government. Because like when you think about it, the world government being associated with the world government, it's like God Valley, right? They were fine. It's like the propaganda that we heard in the chapter of like I heard that there's lawless. I thought that, or I heard that world government, non-world government associated places are just lawless zones. They're gonna go to shit. But then God Valley's sitting there up until 38 years ago, completely not associated with the world government and completely fine. And so you see the propaganda there, but at the same time, it's like it's almost a question of like, wait a second, if you join the world government and then you can't pay the dues, then they just like go to war with you? What the hell? That's crazy. And it's like, no, then they ask you for slaves first. And it's like, oh, I see the slippery slope now. It's like now the world government, they have to perpetuate, so it's like in their best interest to force a kingdom into providing slaves so that they have more slaves in the world government with for the celestial dragons. The celestial dragons like, oh, we're running low on slaves. All right, so let's just force another. We don't need more money. Let's just force another kingdom to get us slaves then. And it's like boom, Asperia. Let's do
Infinite
that
money
one.
glitch.
Yeah, infinite workforce, infinite money. It's kind of an interesting thing because Asperia seemed to be like it would seem to be that like a cultural haven like Asperia would be saved, um, because like I guess in even in a real world context, like people, especially kings, they loved the arts, right? Like even so much so like jesters. It's like they would promote jesters and their families and stuff like that, you know, just because they provided comedy to the royal that the elites. So Asperia not being forced, not being what's it called, excused because they have musical instruments is interesting, but maybe it's because of the fog not being associated with the world government and then they couldn't provide music anymore. Then they're like, oh, you're on the chopping block, slaves now. And that's what I also saying was like in the real world, like in our world, it's like if you were part of the UN and then like a plague hit you, we would send aid. Like all the people would come together and be like, okay, what's causing the fog? Let's try to solve the fog crisis that's happening, that's killing all these people, and declare it a national crisis, international crisis. Because if the fog can hit them, then we have to affect. We what if it hits us too? And it's like Nope, the world government don't give a shit. And it seems like the world government decided this purely off the Celestial Dragons. Um, um, Galactic Sage, just share in the One Piece section. There's a One Piece section. You could just share, or if it's a resource, there's a One Piece resource section. But yeah, narrator ties. Narrator ties Shuri to the appearance of the fog in her 15th year. She reacted to Brooke mentioning Celestial Dragons before shit went south. Shuri didn't seem very close to her parents. Shuri is evil. I don't think she's evil.
I think she killed her parents of her own free will at this point.
Yeah. She's like York. She wanted to become a Celestial Dragon. She was tired of the smog. These puny humans who couldn't protect themselves from just
every time like
pollution.
she was nearby Brooke, she was like, "What is this slave doing?
Yeah,
Like,
why are
learn
they
your
in the
place."
castle?
Yeah. She actually hates everybody in Hesperia.
Yeah,
We're gonna get her POV, and it's just nothing but hatred.
it's a revenge. It's love revenge. The unreciprocated love brewed into this monstrosity of, if I can't have him, no one else will. And then she lets
You didn't
Brooke
see
live.
it, but there's also like a little segment where when Brooke mentioned Celestial Dragons, Shuri blushed because she was so like happy hearing about these guys.
Yeah. I'm sure I can get the AI to put that in there. Did she actually? No, she didn't.
No.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even need AI for that one. I could draw the lines, the blush lines. That's something I could do.
Yeah. Just a red marker.
Yeah. This,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, did you miss the line where Sherry said, "Daddy, where's the slaves? Where are the slaves at?
Yeah.
Where's the servants, man? Come on."
Does the whole memory loss situation is also an interesting thing too, because it's like Shuri or Gunko doesn't seem to remember what happened in Damiurverse, but like, why? Is that a purpose thing or an accidental thing? Did Emu like?
What do you mean?
Like when Emu jumps into Gunko's body in like 1149, we see like the father whatever thing, and then she remembers Brooke and all this stuff, and then what's his face? Emu's like, what is Gunko's memories returning? And it's like a question mark of like what memories are left, like all of the memories of Hesperia, or like
I think she has all of her memories. It's just like she was a backseat passenger, I think. I think the personality was just hidden.
Yeah, but when Emu isn't in there, right, then what's taken over? It's not like she's perpetually Damiurversi'd, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a new personality. It's just like a blank slate.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing, because then why couldn't, if like you could do that, then why couldn't you do that to Harold? You know what I mean? Harold was
it would
like,
have been smart. Maybe it was like a one-time thing. Like I don't know if you like watch Overlord. It could be like a world item. Just like a one-time use item from like the past.
So they used it on Shuri, the princess of Hesperia, the kingdom they didn't care about, and not the, and then they're like, damn it, that was a one-of-one item. We couldn't use it on Harold.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, there could also be a thing where like Emu values Shuri more than Harold.
Yeah, Gunko doesn't remember Brooke at all. That's how I see it too. Like, and then after Emu jumps into the body, that's when she screams Brooke for the first time. But the reason why Gunko, the problem is Gunko, like, she likes Brooke's music, but that doesn't mean that she likes Brooke's music because it's Brooke. She just happens to like music still the same way. It's just that like when Emu jumped in, she screamed Brooke, and it's like, oh, so she didn't remember who Brooke was. So like, what part of her memories are wiped, and how did that function? With like, yeah, if we clean slate her, like, then why does she remember that like she likes the music like that? You know, it could be a will thing. Like Gunko, even through the memory wipe, it's kind of like what Vegapunk said. Vegapunk was like, he couldn't remove the will, the innate will of a creature, like a shark wants to eat, so he couldn't remove that desire for a shark to want to eat, even with it taking over its will. So like maybe that's the same thing with Gunko. Like you can erase the memories, but Shuri still likes music innately, so that's why he likes Soul King Brook's music. Could be something like that. Gunko was a flower room servant, though. What does that have to do?
I like to imagine once we get Gunko back fully, she'll know everything about like Marie Joie.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Imagine that she forgets
I think
that
she's gonna
part.
give us like the big lore drop.
Oh, unless it's super annoying. Like if she has 3 personalities, you have to get Gunko's personality to be able
I
to
don't
tell
think
it.
it'd be annoying for her. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I think she'd do anything for Brooke. If Brooke says, hey, what happened to Marie Joie? Gunko would be like, you know what, Brooke? To learn that info, I'm gonna have to talk to the other Gunko, and she's gonna cut my legs off, but I'll do it for you.
Yeah, no, but like
she would do anything, dude.
yeah. But like the other Gunko might not want to say anything. You know what I mean? But like it would be like, oh man, Oda has a way. Maybe Gunko is a Straw Hat. Shit.
I don't think Oda would make Gunko a Straw Hat just because she and Brooke have such a big connection. But is she the next best candidate after Yamato? I'd say yeah. They're that I'd want. I mean, I know people don't want to agree with that one. That's fine, but
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, when I say Straw
Gunko
Hat,
for Nakama is cool.
I don't even think like that. Yeah, like you know.
Oh, you
me.
mean like ally?
Yeah, like just on the ship.
Oh,
right. Comes on the ship like Bonnie in the
just
way.
for like a temporary amount of time.
Yeah, and then while she's on the ship,
Okay,
she has a personality gag where like in one moment she's Shuri, and they're like,
but wait. Why not just make her a permanent member then? If she's like getting the gag and sailing with us, and this is the final saga.
That's why
like the next island's probably Lodestar. Like at that point, just be a Nakama. I mean, I don't know.
That's why I at the beginning said Straw Hat, because it would just be that if you're going
you said Straw Hat, and then you're like, but not Nakama though.
Yeah, because it's like
what
the component okay, let's say for example the next island is in Lodestar and we're not in the last saga. If she was just like a person that took us and gave us information and she was like on the boat like Miss Wednesday was, right? Like technically Miss Wednesday was on the boat not as a Vivi, right? Like in that capacity, but then their personality switched, which technically is something that happened because Oda didn't know Miss Wednesday was going to be Vivi the whole time. But until he let her hair down. But point is like they're there and they have her tied up like a caribou. You know what I mean? And then they're like interrogating her, but then it's like, we need Gunko. And then she's still tied up and then they have a gag. But she's there with them. You know what I mean?
Fighting for the light.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a caribou, but like not like a caribou that they know. And that's what makes it weird.
So you're saying Gunko's not fully back. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing. Because I'm going to say, like, outside of that, I feel like they just want her on the crew at that point.
Because the conundrum that they have is, hey, Brooke, do we kill her or not? Like, is she an ally or not? Like, they have that conundrum. And the question mark is, like, how long can she be in Shuri versus Gunko versus whatever else there is?
Yeah, when's the other personality taking over?
And so they were
crazy. The other personality's been a thing longer than Shuri. So it should technically be stronger.
Yeah, and then there's also the thing of like, if they keep her alive and they keep her on the ship, then Imu has a direct access into going into her body too, you know?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want that. We got to get rid of that Mark of the Abyss.
Yeah.
But as far as like, I saw somebody say that Luffy doesn't give a fuck about her. That's true right now, but the thing is that the minute Brooke says that he knows Shuri and that's his like princess, you know Luffy will like change tunes immediately, bro. Like Luffy, the minute like a Straw Hat says, yo, we need to help Shuri, Luffy would probably just say, all right, cool. All right, bet 100%. It's that simple. Luffy's an easy guy. I don't think like they necessarily have to win Luffy over or anything. We're not talking about like Whitebeard or somebody of the sort. No, Luffy's very simple. And he's literally like a monkey. They don't call him Monkey D. Luffy for nothing.
Also just be like, I already beat her once. I'll just do it again. Technically.
Yeah.
Even though it's
that
low-key.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is technically like that is the case, right? If Gunko gets possessed again, Luffy I mean, we weren't that worried in the first place, and Emu wouldn't risk it, I guess, either. But it is an interesting conundrum because it's like that would be direct access for Emu to go in as long as the Mark of the Abyss is there. Which Luffy could remove if he just like uses Gear 5.
Which we don't we don't know for sure if he could do that.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea. I like the idea that Gear 5 can get rid of the Mark, but we've just never seen that happen yet. People
Nexus,
you generally go to like the tattoo thing, but it's like, well, he had to put back, or not the tattoo, the scar on his chest, but it's like, well, it had to go back though. Yeah. And I don't think Luffy could just like, you know, toss it and just like be done with it. I feel like people aren't acknowledging the death flags for Brook. I mean, there's death flags there. People are saying there's death flags for Usopp too, but I just don't know. I don't think Oda will kill a Straw Hat though. I'd be surprised if Oda did. I wouldn't mind it, but right now I think a Straw Hat dying before we hit Laugh Tale, I don't know if Oda would do that.
Yeah, there's also here to bring up something that I had to discuss beforehand before you came was the possibility that Candle is just still alive and she faked her death. You don't believe that, right? And she's a holy knight.
I don't want to sound crazy, Par. But publicly, I'm not going to agree with this theory. But just know that deep down, I do think Candel's alive, and I think she's a Knight of God. Okay. There's no fucking way she's dead. There's literally 0% chance in my mind that she's actually dead.
Yeah, I'm confused.
But I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't want to sound fucking insane.
Have you been taking acting classes? Because I can't tell is this like, did you talk about this in your video and you can't
yeah
oh, you did?
I've talked about Candle being alive in like multiple videos, or like I've been coping for a while now. I'm not gonna stop coping, but I think people don't want to hear the cope, so I'm just
so this is like because of you. People in my chat were saying that Candle is alive.
No, okay, it's not just me. Like, other people also think that this is just crazy. Like, there's just too many oddities about it, man. I just don't know. Okay, I don't think she's gone, man. There's zero, dude. You know how quick this is? We don't even know what really killed her. We're assuming it's the fog, but like it could literally be anything. Candle could have fell down some fucking stairs and we have no idea.
I mean, I'm pretty sure poisonous smog that corrodes.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm saying we expect that it's the fog, but we don't know for sure. They never say it. It's just like, oh, she's just here 1 minute, she's gone the next. Like, literally, she could have gone stabbed by Don Marone for all we know.
It did hit me randomly. It was when I saw it, when I saw the two ribbons on the picture frame, I was like, she died? What the fuck? Like, oh god.
He went through so much effort building her ass up, dude. She had like the weird sound effect that was special to her and Mihawk. She had like the most beautiful woman alive, fucking black dots. She was like they called her the son of Asperia. I don't know, dude. It's way too odd to me for her to just be dead all of a sudden.
So then what do you think happened to her?
I don't know.
So no, okay. How many videos did you talk about this in? 2, 3? How many videos could you have made? 2?
4?
So 4? 4 videos?
Well, I make a lot of videos, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. How many of them have you said? So from the very first spoilers, you were like,
"Yeah,
she's not."
When I saw the first spoiler that said Candle was dead, I said I don't believe it. I said we got to see how she died.
What did the spoilers? The spoilers just said she died. That's it, or what? What did they? And from that, you were like, she ain't dead, guys. That's so funny. That's so fun. Okay. And then you just stuck onto it.
Yeah.
And then when
literally minute 1, I never believed she was dead. Spoilers. I had no idea that the fog was toxic yet.
Oh, okay.
So the spoilers described the fog as something that destroyed instruments. It didn't exactly
Ah.
describe it as toxic, so I didn't even like connect the dots there yet.
Well, that makes
But
sense if it doesn't say that it's toxic and it's just
yeah. So
I'm
yeah, no
understanding.
matter what, I was always on the boat that she's not dead.
I
I
was
don't see
trying
it.
to figure out when, and then so then when the chapter drops, you're already on the boat, and then it's kind of like, all right,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's something I mentioned too, right? In my videos, I say, guys, I think she's alive, but hear me out. I've been talking about this for 3 weeks though, about her being evil.
3 days, 3 days.
So like I think I'm
Oh,
also
oh,
just like
weeks,
lost
yeah.
in the sauce when it comes to the theories.
Yeah,
So like I even said it's like seeing a ghost in the night. Like, does it even exist?
yeah. I mean, like, I think the simplest thing is she dies. The craziest thing, like the super chat was, the super chat that someone sent was, um, imagine the second shadow serving Emu before he got teleported to Elbaf was Kandel. Because Gunko was there, and then we saw another person, right, bending down on the knee or something like that. Not bending over. That's crazy. That was a Freudian slip right there. And then that being Kandel. So interesting. I did not know that. Okay, and it stems from also Kandel being evil. Blah blah blah. Interesting. I'm willing to let go of the Kandel being evil part, but does it go as far as she's been masquerading as a holy knight? This was her escape. 15 years. No, not 15 years. How many years would it have been? We don't know, right?
We don't
Oh
know.
no, in Shuri's 15th year. We do know. Yeah. That's when she passed away.
Oh, when Kandel dies. Sorry, I thought you meant
Yeah.
like how long she would have been alive.
She would have been there for 15 plus wait, how many years was 7? That was 20. How, yeah, it would be like 25 years minimum or something like that. I forget how many years can from Brooks when he's 11 to when this moment right here when Shuri's 15. How
16
many
years.
That's 16
Oh,
years?
17 years.
17 years.
16 years was last chapter, so this would be 17 because they go one more chapter ahead.
Yeah. One more year ahead. So 17.
Yeah.
17 years, that's minimum. Kandel would be on Asperia. That's enough for me to be like, I don't know if she's evil, you know what I mean? It's a little crazy. Okay, we have Zamdi Al with the 30 months ultimate visionary. Appreciate you. Said Emu keeps the celestial dragons around because their corruption, desire for power, and submission. To Emu is what power his submission to Emu is what powers his dominion. Okay. Yeah, but that's interesting because it's not like Shuri was baseboarded like desire for power, their corruption, submission. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting because like at this point Shuri's the closest one, and Shuri as a base unit is the opposite, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Am I talking to Sai or reacting? No, this is Sai. Sai is here live.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, this is I'm not pausing his video. But yeah.
I'm just in the background. I'm like no, I don't have a good reference for it. Like all those space movies, right? Where there's like that head on a monitor. That's just me.
Yeah. Yep. He's just in the vision. I can see how it could be confusing though, because you can't tell that it's Discord without me. Actually, can you tell that's Discord?
You can kind of tell because of the purple bar at the top, I'd say.
Yeah. And then the small thing at the bottom, which why is that still there? Whatever. It is what it is. Sai, your cat was on that good shit last video. What happened to your cat last video?
It was just running in circles, chasing its tail.
Oh, that's fun.
It did it for like a solid like 30 seconds, I think. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah. Also, why give Shuri future sight out of nowhere? That was a crazy line, right?
Yeah, Shuri has future sight, or at least Brooke believes that she can see in the future.
Yeah.
It could just also be that Brooke is really bad at fighting.
No, he's cracked, bro. He's fighting world government and navy, and he wasn't really like, yeah, we see him bruised up or whatever, but that's like, it's like a numbers game. You know what I mean? Like shit, like things are exploding, things are on fire, you know, like he's fighting a lot. And he ran all the way back from coast to the castle, and he made it all the way back. And like these are Cypher Pole agents too, right? Because they're world government Cypher Pole. So Brook is cracked, I feel like.
Yeah, some Cypher Poles, some Marines. He's doing work, dude. But
Yeah.
you know, it could just be that these guys also had like a bad stomach ache that day and they couldn't fight at 100%.
Yeah. Candela upscale too, since Shuri implies Candela had future sight too. Yeah, she does say it right after that line. She's like, "So I'll be like my mommy, I guess, or mother."
Exactly, dude. And the problem is that we've never seen Candel fight at all. We've never seen anything from her.
Well, we
so
do
saying
see
that the mom is strong, and it's like it's crazy.
we do see her fighting some targets, but we don't know if that.
We see her training.
Yeah, we don't know if that required future sight there. Very
future sight on like a inanimate object.
Yeah.
What will it do in the next 10 seconds?
It stays still. We don't know if they have like the gun range motion moving thing, you know?
Oh yeah, you think they're swaying around?
Yeah. Just sliding on a like a trolley type system or whatever.
That's so crazy. Oda potentially gave Kendall future sight just to fucking kill her. She should have future sighted the poison.
Yeah. It's crazy because like they're higher up. Maybe that made them more susceptible.
Fight Marines win.
Kendall? No, we don't see Kendall.
That's what somebody says. They says we saw Kendall fight Marines. I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did. But
did
like
we?
Yeah, technically last chapter when she and Leuven broke through the door.
But, when she showed up. Okay.
But that doesn't count, like, because we didn't see her fight. We just know that they fought.
Yeah, okay, I see it. No, I'm wrong. Yeah. I know, I give that to him. No.
In the anime, we'll see her fight. In the manga, we didn't necessarily see her fight. It's kind of what it is.
Yeah, in the manga, we saw her pose up like the fucking Power Rangers or something, but that's it. But no, I'd say I'm wrong there. Yeah, she did fight.
Yeah.
I'll admit defeat on that one.
It is interesting because like Shuri's not bigger in the Damirverse. Do you think that like Leuven, like next chapter, Leuven and Shuri, do we think that we see like a flashback to what happened just before Brook got there?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we need that now.
Well, no, I don't think we will. I think we'll get that at the end of Elbaf.
From Gunko Shuri?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that at the end of Elbaf from Gunko Shuri.
Bro, that's gonna be crazy to come back to Brook's
Shuri's
flashback.
POV of like these events and maybe like Marie Joie. I would love to see like how this all started. It'd be crazy if Kendall was like that's where they do the Kendall reveal.
Yeah, that she's still alive. The reveal that definitely 100% needs to happen because you spoke about it for multiple videos now.
I'm gonna hold a poll on it too, and I'm gonna speak about it again.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like
I'm gonna be coping about Kendall for a while, dude.
I think a lot of people
seems so
like
crazy.
But here's another question mark. Brook, does he ever see Itsumade? Does he ever see Saint Mars on Egghead?
Brook Itsumade.
Because it's not like they see all the Gorosei, but that's another point.
I don't believe he does.
The moment
he doesn't see the Itsumade.
Yeah, so like if Saturn was here, does he see Saturn? Who did Brook see? I'm forgetting.
Brook saw Saturn and Brook saw Venus. He didn't see the Itsumade.
Yeah, the Itsumade gets knocked out right before the Sunny comes down, right? I think something like that. Like that's clutch timing. Like if Oda planned that out, it's like, oh, I gotta eject Mars first so that Brook doesn't see him. Because then when I get into the Brook flashback, I'm gonna put the Itsumade and it won't make sense if he sees them both and doesn't talk about it. So that's an interesting spot to be in. Here, I'm curious if
Does
something worked. Yeah, I don't know if he sees him or
Yeah.
not, but if he does, then that's like from that moment, then it's like he's back, the Gorosei. It wouldn't necessarily mean something for because it's not like they use Damiaversi on Egghead, but like for Shuri's sake, like it's the Gorosei again. It's this guy. It's the Itsumade. Um, um, I'm just curious because like he clearly learns about the Holy Knights from this guy. I wonder if he learns about the Gorosei from Saint Mars here. And then like if he sees them on Egghead, then that would be kind of crazy. If I were to remember what chapter Itsumade gets ejected, it's like 11:17, 11:19, something like that. Maybe 11:18. 11:17's chapter A, I think. Forget. Unless he introduces himself. Yeah, that's Narukami. That's also where I'm wondering, like, when does the villain monologue happen? Because like there's another route that we go where we get like remember what I was saying, guys? Like the whole Candel being a Holy Knight, like unless they do the villain monologue, we're not gonna get that necessarily here. We would get that later on, like Sai was saying, from like a Gunko flashback. So unless
Yeah,
they
I'm
do,
looking at it right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mars gets ejected before Brook and the Thousand Sunny makes it down.
yeah.
And it's chapter 11:19. And in chapter 11:20, you see that everybody else is still fighting, or not fighting, but like they're dealing with Venus and trying to get down.
So that'd be clutch. That's clutch then. That's Oda might have had that planned. Like he had to eject the Itsumade so that Brook wouldn't see him. Huh.
Brook would recognize the Itsumade. That's so fascinating.
Yeah. If I mean that would be W planning on Oda. That'd be Woda. At first when I thought about it, I was like, is does it make sense for Brook to have recognized on Egghead? Because like the whole, I mean, we have to talk about the whole Shuri angle of like, yeah, the moment you saw her with wings on the thing and she's not talking the same, it's like, when do you start questioning things? But it's now you see the Itsumade and they had the confrontation on Egghead, but they didn't have the confrontation because it got ejected. So that solves that part. Very good, interesting planning there. But yeah, definitely an interesting spot for Brook to be in. Brook is like connected to this in a way that like no one really could have expected. And it goes back to the whole like what I mean, I'd like to think that the whole logic, and I talked to, I mean, not really directly with Cole, but I comment about it. I think a lot of people like the idea that there's something like Top Musica on Asperia. But like,
Yeah.
because like them coming, the Gorosei coming,
There's got to be a reason.
yeah. And that's where the villain monologue comes in, guys, where it's like next chapter, unless Saint Mars or this Holy Knight goes into one of those villain monologues, like, haha, that Candela has left Asperia. I mean, he can't say that because I don't think Brook would know Candel does that. But like the villain monologue is how we get most of the information. Like, we planned the fog, we did X, Y, and Z. Like, unless they do that, I am Holy Knight Vinsmoke, I'm Holy Knight Manmayer, or I'm Gorosei Saint Mars. You know, like unless they do that, it's not likely that Brook like gets the information all and is like, may I ask who you are, good sir? Like, it's not like Brook uses his good manners
Please
for the first
tell me your name.
Yeah, like they have to do a villain monologue. So I think villain monologue happens. It's just like a question of how monologue-y is it? Like, do they straight up go like, haha, we took down Asperia Kingdom all on our own. Like, the fog was us, this was us, XYZ was us. You guys didn't see it coming all this time. And Brook's like, shit. And then he never expects them to be behind Shuri. Like, is it that? But because then it's like, does the villain monologue stop halfway there? But we do know that Brook somehow knows the Holy Knight part, so what is that?
It could be well, okay, what if Shuri's always been possessed this entire time? What if Shuri did cause the fog? No, hear me out. No, what if she was actually marked a long time ago? And actually, like, in between, like, the montage where we see Brook and Shuri, Shuri, like, passes out, and Emu or a Gorosei member takes over, and she, like, plants fog machines around the kingdom, dude.
Dude, that was the other part. I was kind of laughing at the whole like fog being there, and then people like it's like Itsumade is behind that because of the fog and
It's
fog
like
and plague,
ReZero.
and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, so they were there for months just laying down fog, and like they couldn't figure out like, oh, there's a giant ass bird that's like, disseminating fog like above our skies, or like there's a guy on a ship and the fog is all coming from that one ship, and it's the Holy Night with the smog fruit or something like that.
Or
But
like there's a world government ship that drops off like fog machines, and
yeah,
Shuri gets possessed every Tuesday whenever he arrives, and she
yeah.
just like plants the fog machines for him. It can get silly again. It could be like ReZero,
So are
man.
you doubling down on this whole
Love
Shuri's
ReZero.
always been evil? She's just been marked this whole time.
No,
She's a sleeper agent.
no.
What if she was marked the whole time and all that they did was they stood next to her and then that's a flipped her? That's how they like the sleeper agent works. That's actually kind of cool. Huh.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'd admit. Like, I don't mind the idea of Shuri always being like marked since birth. I think that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I like to believe in good Shuri.
Yeah, it also makes you wonder like about Shanks too, you know what I mean? Cuz like if he has the same predicament as Shuri, then what does what does all this spell out for Shanks in terms of his possession, his mark? Is it as simple as just having a Sea King eat it? Is that what Sea Kings are for? They're counter marks? Like they're the only way to remove. Imagine that. That's like the Lord of the Coast buff. Weak in all
Yeah.
senses of the thing, but buff counters abyss magic. That'd be kind of wild.
I
I'm
mean, hey,
loving
Lord of the Coast did get a white buff like not too long ago.
a
I don't know if
white
you remember
buff.
that.
What's the white
Yeah,
buff?
he has like a white variant. Remember that?
No, I don't. What do you mean?
So in Wano, there was actually a film promo like anime special episode
Oh,
where Law, Kid, and Luffy team up against the Lord of the Coast, but he came back and he's white.
interesting.
Yeah, have you not watched that?
No, I have not watched that.
Yeah, Luffy goes like gear fourth or something, and Law's over here using his awakening, and Kid is like in the background, like watching the fight go down,
It
and
was
the White Lord of the Coast is like pushing them back, dude.
an anime special, so it was just like a filler episode.
So it's not even a filler episode. It's just like on their YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on the like One Piece official YouTube channel.
that's crazy. It's the Sun God Lord of the Coast. Gardic phone went. Oh, I forgot to do that for announcements. Yeah, for break weeks, we're gonna do streams regularly. So like I usually stream on Friday. So there's a break week. So this next Friday we'll do a stream. And we'll play Gardic phone. So we did that last break week, and yeah, it was pretty fun. We had a few people show up, and then we just played a few rounds of Gardic phone. I got pretty tired by the end of it, but the last round was really hard. I'm not a good drawer. I'm not a good artist, so there's that. But we had some really good drawings. Shout out to Meefbo. Meefbo is pretty cracked. Oh, that's you. Questionable name. That's you. Gardic phone next week. I just saw your name. But yeah, that was a good time. Powers turning someone white. Hody Jones, Gear Fifth, the Vision, lock in par. What am I supposed to lock in here? The Lord of the Coast is white in an anime special. What? The Lord of the Coast ate Hody Jones steroid things and then showed
I
up
don't even
in
know what to type in
Wano?
to find this, bro. I'm trying to find it. I saw somebody made a short out of it, but I'm trying to find like the real original clip.
Yeah, it seems like it's a hard find. Random Wano special. That's so random. You'd have to know Japanese, and it's not like it says "White Lord of the Coast" in the title.
Yeah, what do
Um,
they even call this thing, dude?
Candel's the Frozen hat human model Candel. Nah. The Japanese need a music idol because of money. Dami Replacey happening. What's Dami Replacey? Brooks' cuts are like Minato's mark. He already cut Shuri. She can never get rid of it. Yeah, that'd be wild if Brook sheathed his sword and then like 63 years later, 62 years later, it's like I already cut you. And that's how he frees her from the ice. Be kind of nuts.
That'd be kind of nuts.
Yeah, he starts humming.
I watched it when it was released. Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah.
I'm like
don't.
looking for it. I can't find it. I want to show it to Par. It's only like a minute long too.
Candel was the former Zaza fruit user? Nah. I don't know about that one. Someone tell him what Dami Replacey? Yeah, what's Dami Replacey? Do you know what that is, Sai?
It's like an inside joke or something.
No, I have no idea.
Oh, here we go. I bet it's in the Japanese channel. Yeah, wait.
Quick something? Quick something what? But yeah, going back to Zamdial's member chat. Emu keeps the Celestial Dragons around because their corruption, desire for power, submission to Emu is what powers his dominion. I question that. I do wonder if there's a pattern though, I like the Vince Smoke theory specifically for that reason, where it's like all of the kingdoms were destroyed as like, because like if Shuri joins, right, Esperia fell. Is that the case of all of the kingdoms? Like if Harold joined, Elbaf would have fell too to some extent, right? Like they would have had an army, but they wouldn't have had a kingdom. So Warland Kingdom would have fell. So are all the Holy Knights coming from war torn like places that fell? Shanks and Shamrock technically from God Valley. Okay, let me watch this. Let me put
Nami, if you believe that.
Let me see. Oh, it's 5 minutes?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes. My bad. You don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I just
wanted to find it for my own sake. Dude, I'm not crazy.
Law. Oh my god. I see it. It's like a white dinosaur. Oh my god. That's
the white
crazy.
Lord of the Coast.
Was it showing up on here? Oh no, it's not. It's blocked. Second, guys.
Such a random fucking like special. It's literally called Lord of the Coast Wano. Don't say that to me.
Is that what it's called?
I did not look that up. I just typed in Wano special, and I found everything other than what I was looking for. I don't want to hear that it was that easy.
Clock out the timer. I did read this chapter pretty quickly. 34 minutes. 34 minutes. That's the Lord of the Coast, the white version, guys. Kind of reminds me of like, I don't even know, Zoids a little bit. I don't even know why Zoids. Damn.
What were they thinking when cooking this up?
Maybe they weren't thinking. Maybe that's the key to the One Piece. You have to turn off your thoughts. Too much thinking hurts you. So Sai, do you think there's any chance that this guy that's standing behind Shuri in this last panel is her biological dad? Do you think that this is a panel of 3 dads?
I'm down with it. A panel of 3 dads. I'm down with that. I like it.
Yeah, Brooke, the one who taught, Leuven, the one that took the title, and the one that provided the sperm. We got the 3 dads. Seems.
But the only dad that actually matters is her biological dad.
Oh, see, Sai's out here rage baiting. This.
I'm not even rage bait. I don't know why people always get so up in a tizzy about that. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to meet Bonnie's real dad finally. And then people are like, oh no, Coomer's her real dad, Sai.
Yeah, you have to say
nah, man,
father.
come on.
You have to say father, real father. That's how you defend yourself.
Father has a lot more aura too. I like that.
Yeah, if you say real father, or I forget what it is, because isn't the saying it's like anybody could be a father, but only
how about this?
The
like
person
papa.
who shows up as a dad.
Give us Bonnie's papa, and then I'm down.
Papa. I mean, I don't know. That would papa. Be if Shuri calls him that, then That would be her papa.
Hey, we've had a gag all chapter long about like, you know, correct speech.
Yeah.
And you know, Gunko Shuri, she's had a whole thing where it's like, oh, like I'm, you know,
Mother.
that's not my papa, that's my father. That's not my
Yeah.
father, that's papa. Like, it could be a thing where she walks to this guy and says, Papa.
That'd
And
be
this guy
wild.
doesn't turn it down.
Yeah, and then Brooke finds out that she's not really the daughter. No, but then he called her patricidal princess, so maybe it's not. Because if Brooke finds out here that she's not actually the daughter, then
Well, maybe Brooke is just like all the other One Piece fans, where it's like, well, no, it doesn't count.
this is the guy who raised you.
This is the guy who raised you. That's your real dad. No, I'm not
I'm your
accepting
real
this.
dad.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if Brooke had a whole thing like, I'm the one who raised her.
Yeah,
This is just a Maury show episode.
I wouldn't mind that.
Please stop saying papa
does
like
Brooke-
that.
How does
Wait.
Brooke come out of this alive? Brooke upscale. It could be that Shuri bargains for Brooke to make it out.
Yeah, Shuri's showing that she would do anything for Brooke. Damn.
Yeah, maybe it's like she had to choose, like, hey, either kill your dad or kill Brooke. And then she's like, kill my dad.
Nah, I don't know. It's weird because
I say give her a tough choice.
how about
No,
how about,
okay, how about this? Better. It's always better to give people the illusion of choice.
uh-huh.
So have her choose, and then no matter what, just always plan on, like, you know, doing both or something, or just killing the dad no matter what.
I mean, I do think that we find out where Brooke's scar, like technically this is probably where Brooke's scar on his forehead comes from. It's from this fight that's about to
Yeah.
happen, which is an insane upscale. That means the Brooke that we met, fought a Holy Knight and survived, became a pirate, followed his dreams, and then they had like a Holy Knight like fighter. Like, this guy is out here fighting Holy Knights, which, you know, may not carry that much weight depending on which Holy Knight we're talking about. I'm not going to blank slate all the Holy Knights as complete, utter trash, but that's complete, utter trash to the top
They're
of the
cracked,
verse.
dude.
But, like, back in the flashback, the Holy Knights, they have aura. I think that's mainly what it is. In the flashbacks, the Holy Knights are pretty cracked. In modern times, the Holy Knights, they're all like the kids. So it's like maybe they suck. But yeah, the other part that is a little interesting is Leuven can't die from this, right? Because if he got Damiroversity, then he flips, right?
We don't know how Domiroversity fully works. There's a chance that because Leuven was Domiroversi'd, they could undo it right before he like regenerates.
But he
But
still has
also
the
we've
wings.
seen that Rox was. We also saw that Rox didn't regenerate. What are you talking about? What, the wings?
The wings? Yeah, the wings.
What would
He has
I-
the wings on the ground. So like they can't.
Yeah.
If you undo Damiroversity, then there's no wings, right?
No, I'm just saying they'll like undomify him next chapter.
Sorry. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing because Rox didn't recover. We don't know the full mechanism.
Because yeah, Rox didn't recover at all. So you know, it could be like selective. Well,
Or-
no. Why
or-
would you have Dorian Brogy do it, right?
Rox did
Yeah, I have
recover.
no idea.
Rox did recover.
Rox
but...
recovered, but not like full HP, full heal like Dorian
No.
Brogy.
Maybe he did fully recover, but
Oh,
he
you're,
was.
you're gonna go with the Garland killed him at full HP thing?
I thought that was your thing. I thought that you brought that up.
No, I didn't bring that up. Well,
When
I mean,
I-
I've talked about it, but it's something I've seen people online talking
No,
about.
yeah,
first.
but when when I've talked about it, you were like, no, Par, he chose to die because he knew he couldn't beat 3 Holy Knights all by himself.
Oh yeah, it's called Copium and Agenda, Par.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's at the end of the day what this is kind of confusing. Shuri's not even following the mechanisms either. She's not 3 times bigger. She has horns in the wings, but she's not 3 times bigger. And Damiroversity, like, you know what makes this all the more tragic too is like knowing that if Chopper were here, he could just one tap them and they would be reversed. That makes it
Yeah,
like
Chopper could just one tap everybody. He's literally like the cure all, dude.
yeah. When
Should've-
Brooke
should've
finds
brought
out,
him.
when Brooke finds out, he's like, could you slap the shit out of Gunko for me? That will undo the possession, right? And then Chopper's here like slapping Gunko until she's like back, and it's like it's not working because she's not possessed like that. Well, at least in modern time. It'd be kind of interesting, not gonna lie. Why Damir versus Leuven at all though? It's already like 3v1 and no one else is in the room for him to kill, so why do it?
Entertainment, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think
entertainment, or maybe they like again they need something from Asperia, and Leuven's the only one who knows, so they have to dummy reverse him to find out what's up.
Kind of like Harold, where Harold is like, first thing I'm gonna do is get the national treasure. The moment I get that, I'm the strongest. You know, so maybe it's like something Asperia has, which in my last video I was talking about like it being the revive fruit, which, you know, could be the case, but not necessarily sure. But yeah, anything else in the chapter side that you wanna bring up?
I wouldn't say so. I think we covered pretty much everything.
All the crazy stuff.
All the crazy stuff at least.
Yeah. There's some like in between stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird knowing that like Brook didn't read the latest chapters of One Piece to find out that Chopper could just fix this situation for him.
Yeah.
Because Brook could have just brought Chopper here, like you said.
Yeah. He could have just asked Chopper. I'm sure if he just asked nicely, went to Drum Kingdom, it would have solved everything, you know?
Yeah.
And Drum
Brook just
Kingdom.
Didn't read. It's okay.
I guess another crazy thing is the whole Kamigata. Like the island, it seems like West Blue is just the grounds for disappearing. All the West Blue, like O'Hara, Esperia, God Valley, and apparently one other place that is unnamed also disappeared. So it's like West Blue is kind of wild. But yeah, one way or the other, the world government as an entity, which means that like at the Reverie, these kingdoms, they really don't give a shit about about Asperia, unless they didn't know. But like that's what Harold was out there doing. Like they had a famine, and then he got the help of all of his allied nations. Versus if you're in the world government, you can't get any help because surely Weatheria comes through, just blows out the fog. It would have been so. I mean, Weatheria is not part of the world government, but like I'm sure some kingdom, like a King's Punch. One King's Punch from Elisabello clears the fog. Do you think that's a thing? Do you think Elisabello could clear the fog?
I think he could.
Yeah. He punches the fog away.
Like, they should lament their own powerlessness. Like, why couldn't Leuven do anything about this?
Yeah.
He really just let his nation die to this fog.
They didn't have monies anymore. Once their instruments got corroded, they couldn't invent masks.
No, dude, like that's the thing. This is the island of musicians. You're telling me they couldn't play some music and just blow away the fog?
Yeah, they couldn't
vibes?
Rock their way out of the submission.
They got skill diffed.
Yeah, they got skill diff by fog. But yeah, I think the flashback's interesting. I just can't, like, next chapter is a doozy. Because I think a lot, like, this chapter went through a lot, and it went through, like, a lot of, like, Brook, Shuri, the kingdom stuff, but it didn't go through a lot of, like, the context in which they found themselves, which is, why is the fog like that? Is Oda hinting at the whole Candel situation, which, if is the case, I don't even think gets explained in this flashback. It would probably get explained in the Shuri stuff, but, like, the other part is just, like, the Gorosei showing up. Saint Mars showing up. Like now I need more of an explanation. I did not think a Gorosei member would show up. I thought a Holy Knight could show up, but like a Gorosei showing up, that's like the Gorosei didn't even show up for Pluton. O'Hara. Yeah, for Pluton, they were literally like, what's up, Spandam? You know that he has the thing? Oh, whatever. Just handle it on your own. And it's like, Pluton, bro. They didn't even show up for Pluton. And it's crazy because like they had many years to figure out that they had it and like cook it up. But so it's like I kind of want to.
They should have brought the fog to Water 7, huh?
Yeah, decay all the ships. If it's the fog, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something I would bring up too. Is the Water 7's like whatever's here is so important. It almost feels like it because if they're not bringing the Gorosei to Water 7 and they're like, "Yo, Spannum, you deal with it." then it's like, what is on Asperia? You know, like what did the king have?
Top Musica, bro. It's gonna be Top Musica.
It has to be something like that.
People hate it though. Every time I talk about Top Musica, they're like, "No, I don't like Film Red." It's like, bro, it's one of Oda's
Film Red coded, so it's like,
it's Film Red coded.
It's almost as if like decaying they didn't talk about their houses got decayed, their instruments got decayed, and they couldn't produce instruments. And it's like, maybe they were afraid of summoning a monster, you know what I mean? I'm thinking Kagurabachi. What if King Leuven wanted to summon a monster and it was through an instrument, and Brook like was the one needed to summon it? You know, it'd be kind of crazy. You know, I will shout out this thing, because I was also right. Remember the biggest thing from the prediction video? Our biggest thing that you swatted away. You did not even entertain for a second. Do you remember what it was?
What is it?
That there was a piano in the thing, and in this scene,
above page, right?
Yeah, above Leuven's dead or dying body is a piano. Perfect positioning for Beethoven himself.
When we do predictions for next week's chapter, we should put that somebody plays a piano.
Dude, that'd be wild. Beethoven. I mean, that would be crazy, right? If Leuven gets up, plays a piano to try and summon something to ward off this disaster. And it's none other than
Brook.
Bink Sake. And that's where Brook learns of Bink Sake. And then that's Leuven's last act.
That sounds awful, dude.
I mean, it sounds awful because it's
somebody
me.
needs to execute you.
It sounds awful because it's me.
Hey, yo, somebody needs to execute you, man. That's an awful idea, man.
Bro, Mr. 9 of all people calling out bad ideas, saying just straight up no, that's offensive. I'm gonna delete that comment actually. There we go. There we go. Bye. After all the stuff that you say, Mr. 9, you can't just say no to me humming Bink Sake. You can't just say no to that. I don't know what you said no to. It's just bad timing. Okay? It's just bad timing.
That's so funny.
Kanji on Brook's shirt, Gecko. The 9 on his... Oh, wait, Gecko? Like Gecko Moria? 9 on his shirt references Moonlight Sonata, Beethoven's Symphony Number 9. Is that something from Moria too? That's kind of cracked. It wasn't bad.
I've seen that.
All right, Mr. 9, you. I am a mod in my own channel. I hope you know that. All right, that's
He's
enough.
elucidating you.
Yeah,
dude, it's crazy we got another break week, huh?
Yeah, what's that about? Is there an announcement for that, or is it just random?
I'm assuming it's OPLA related.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I mean
I'd rather have more OPLA episodes than manga chapters at this point.
All I'm asking for is not 12-page chapters. Especially before a break week. I want,
Okay, would you rather have 12-page chapters from here on out, or would you rather have OPLA episodes be like an hour long?
Aren't they
compared
already?
To like 50 minutes.
So 10 more. I'd rather have 8. Wait, what's the good option? You said either 12-page chapters or hour-long episodes? I choose neither.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You get 12-page chapters, but OPLA gets longer, or would you rather have shorter OPLA episodes but longer chapters?
Longer chapters. Oh, 100,000%, bro.
Really? You would want longer OPLA episodes?
Oh my god. Dude, you know what'd be crazy? 20-page chapters. Oh my god. You know
You'd be crazy? 2-hour OPLA episodes.
Just binge watch it at that point then. Just watch 2 episodes together. Yeah.
What?
But Ninth Sonata is a reference to music composer Ninth Symphony be the last TRM? Wait, I didn't get that one. I would cancel One Piece live action for 1 extra page each chapter.
What? Guys, come on, man. More,
Where's
yeah, we
your
need
support?
more One Piece live action, and we need less manga. If anything, I hope that the manga goes on so many breaks that the OPLA catches up. And
Oh my god.
yeah, I hope the OPLA hits the One Piece before the manga does.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
You know how crazy that would be? I mean, you've always talked about it, how like, you know, maybe the anime and the manga will be 1-to-1 one day, and it's a thing where
Yeah.
everybody gets to laugh till together, anime watchers and manga readers. They should do that, but instead, it's only OPLA. How about like we just cancel the manga and then we only do OPLA? Anaki Godoi is the way, man. I'm telling you.
All right, I'm ignoring what you're gonna say. And how about this? Do you think
What? What's up?
do you think that if in the world, right? You know how anime is seasonal now?
Yeah.
When the One Piece gets like the last chapter of, or not last chapter, the One Piece chapter that gets revealed for the manga, right? If when that drops, the anime drops an entire season, and that last episode has the One Piece in it. And so, like, do you think that if that happened, do you think that people would skip all the way, just not even binge watch it,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
would watch the
definitely.
One Piece
I would.
episode? Yeah, I know you would, but do you think a normal person would?
A normal person?
Would they binge watch? Like, let's say it's 20 episode drop. Do you think that?
I think people would do it to LARP. I think people who don't even know One Piece would just watch the last episode of LARP. You know what? How about this? How about moving on from here on out? Every One Piece character is replaced with their live action counterpart. Like, Luffy doesn't look like Luffy anymore. He just looks like Inaki Godoi.
Okay, and what would that do for us as manga readers? Like, Oda spends more time.
As One Piece live action enjoyers, this would just be fun, would it not?
Okay.
Like imagine like no explanation, no addressing it, just out of nowhere from here on out. We do not have the Straw Hats anymore. It is just Inaki Godoi and the gang. Like, oh, quick, McKenyu, go handle Sommers! And then they just go. Like, they don't say anything about the name change, the appearance change. Like, they only address them by, like, their real names. We should do that.
I'm so confused about this hypothetical. I might be stupid, but I think that it would just make things confusing. We just need
live
Zoro.
Action taking over.
We need,
it can happen.
if they can't do Zolo to Zoro,
Dark Ages.
if they can't do Zolo to Zoro, then I don't think that they're capable of doing that. Oda can draw them.
Man,
nah.
I got faith in this.
Yeah. What if Anaki
I'm just thinking about like ways to bring the One Piece live action into this.
Yeah. That's what everybody needs.
In Emu's Frozen Chambers, there's like the OPLA cast just on ice.
Oh, that'd be wild. They're the original. Oda makes Joy Boy look like Inaki Godoi. How about that?
I've seen people saying that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people have been saying that one. That Joy Boy's just gonna be Inaki Godoi.
Oh, that's wild. I never thought that. Huh.
What? Yeah. That would be a dark day, man.
Side creating.
Oh, I gotta say that'd be a dark day.
Yeah.
I might actually shed a tear if that was true, man. One Piece isn't really made me cry. That would make me cry.
The dark days, and speaking of dark days, we'll be having dark days next week, next break week. Hopefully, we don't have more breaks. Are we record highs breaks at the beginning of the year? Oh, this isn't the beginning of the year. This is midway through.
I think we are. I think we are gonna hit like a record low for chapters in a year.
Damn.
If Oda keeps up this rate.
This
yeah.
forecast. You know, how much longer in the third? Is it the third season, or are they doing the fourth season? I thought third season was done.
I think they're around. Shoot, if I remember, I think OPLA is getting to Eni's Lobby.
Oh shoot! What?
I'm kidding. No, they're in Alabasta. It airs next year. It airs in February, I think, or something like that.
Gotcha. I haven't kept track. But yeah. So yeah, at least. Oh, you haven't done the prediction videos yet of what we got right and wrong, right? Or is that later?
No, I attached that onto like the prediction video we'll do later. Which I'm sorry I'm like using you so much, but it's just I couldn't have expected these break weeks, man.
Yo,
I was like, yeah, I'll bring Par on whenever there's a break week, and the next thing you know, Oda takes like 10 break weeks. Is like, oh, there we go.
As long as we get Kagurabachi, bro, It doesn't matter.
Oh
We're recording.
yeah, I'm excited for Kagurabachi.
I need
I
to
haven't
see
seen
the.
the spoilers yet.
I haven't touched it either. Um, but today is Friday, so maybe I get a Kagurabachi video out. Who knows? To the Kagurabachi enjoyers here, I am gonna be looking at maybe possibly upscaling the Kagurabachi content, but we'll see. But yeah, we hit the 3 hour 30 mark. I'm gonna look to get a chapter video out for this one. I'm debating on whether because like there's a lot of places where you can go to that retell the chapter of like what happened and things. I might just keep it like talking about the theories this week, maybe talking about the Vinsmoke one because I like that Vinsmoke idea. We'll see what happens and talk about the chapter briefly. But we'll see what can get organized. That being said, appreciate all the support, everybody who showed up. Let me just double check that I got through all the super chats because I don't want to accidentally miss them. Oh, this one. Hope you enjoy. I saw that one. Kamigata, read that one. Meek did say, and I'll read this for Sai. My guess it's either Don Marone or a new Holy Knight, meaning that last guy being Don Marone is crazy.
Yeah, I like Don Marone. I've seen people saying that, and I fucking love that idea.
Oh, is it like that could be Don Marone siding with the world government, and then he becomes like the new king?
I don't know, or maybe he just wants to get revenge. It could also be a thing where he doesn't have big goals or big ambitions. It's just like, oh, I just want to win this small battle against Suspiria.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, not make sense, but like it could make sense. I could see possibly, but I don't know if it's Don Marone. I like the idea of Manmare or Vinsmoke. Oh, this is another fun one from Drinkwater. Don't think I've seen anyone saying this or thinking of this, but if Brook gave Gunko a facial scar in this fight, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. But yeah, I read through all the super chats. Oh yeah, and then Gardic Phone Friday stream. We're gonna try and fill up all the break weeks with Gardic Phone. So be there or be square. You don't have to be a good artist. You just have to be One Piece inclined because we do make it One Piece themed. So there's that. But yeah, and thank you, Sai, for stopping in for the knock up stream. Appreciate you.
Always happy to get knocked up, brother.
Yeah, we're here all together. All right, guys. All the Don smoke cigars. Yeah, he's not a Don like the Smith. Vince smoking a cigarette. That's true. Yeah, he can't be a Don. Don smokes cigars. But yeah, with that, guys, peace out. See you guys next time, and have a good one. Peace.
Bye-bye.